What is good, Gooners? What's going on, people? We are live and we are actually in the middle of watching the Dolphins and Chiefs. So big shout out to all you NFL fans who are watching this on Sky Sports. And our panel has been going crazy because guess what? The team sheet, which we'll talk about after we introduce everybody. Vincey, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Looking forward to hopefully a positive continuation of our attacking play today. Let the scoreline take care of itself and just want a good game, man. That's what I want.
Excellent, excellent. Tony, what's going on, my brother? Very hard to get you on nowadays. You missed most of the games in the week, so we almost feel privileged to have you on the weekend. Not saying that you don't love us anymore, but
the spirit hasn't been there these last few weeks. It's been a topsy-turvy road for us as Gooners, so I'm kind of just trying to get my headspace in a place which is more positive. So rather than dwell on the negative, keep myself enthused with things that are pleasurable. So hopefully today we'll keep that trend going.
Excellent, excellent. And Ebony, we've noticed that the shutters are down and the windows closed. So guys, you don't have to worry about her topping herself today. Ebony, how you doing, man? What's going on?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just the week's been good. Did my radio show yesterday where I was speaking about taking of the knee. I must get that discussion with you lot at some point. But yeah, it's been a good week. And I missed the game on Thursday because I was traveling from work, but I did see a shot of El Neni's goal. But yeah, otherwise, everything's blessed, and I'm just looking forward to seeing us try and do some counter-attacking and pass and movement today, which we didn't do last week much.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. I mean, that Arteta hasn't done himself any favors with that team sheet, but we'll talk about that in a second after we say hello to our New York resident. What's going on, my brother Bertram? My brother from another mother. What's going on, Bertram?
So every game I watched today, and I watched most of the game, it's raining. Now I know I left the UK. I mean,
it's bad. It's raining. It's
every game is raining. But anyway, if we were doing well, it would have been a great weekend because Man City draw, Liverpool draw, Tottenham draw, and Chelsea lost. So if we're up there, it would have been a great weekend so far, and looking forward to this game. Right now, we're in the back trying to find our way with tinted glasses on. Can't see really well. And trying to negotiate out this malaise that we're in. And yet, the supposedly great young manager keeps doing the same thing over and over and over again. So, when you're young, they say, don't touch a stove, it may burn you, and you learn from it. The stove ain't hot enough for him. He needs it very, very hot. So, hopefully, the players he relies upon quite a bit, who have been tried and tested, some not for us, will come through today. But I'm very disappointed that he wasn't a bit more experimental and took a bit more risk with some of his younger players to see if that combination of seniority and youth can get him to a good place. But hopefully we'll do well today.
So, guys, before, again, the team sheet comes out, let me say hello to everybody. I've just got my Sky stream starting up. Let me turn the volume down because I don't want it to overbear the stream. What's going on, Pro Lover? Good to see you in there. Big shout out to North Carolina, massive. Mr. B in the house. Mr. B says, I'm not happy with the lineup at all. Me and you too, my brother. Me and you too. That team sheet is... That's like Colonel Custer's last stand for me, man. You going with that same shit that's let you down every day, you're going to get the same result. I don't know whether that's a Hail Mary. I don't know whether in the locker room he said, I'm going to give you fools one more time, one more chance. And if you don't get it right now, I'm done. Bro, I was done 3 weeks ago. I was done after the Leeds game. That's when I said enough is enough. And this guy... These are the same players that let down Wenger, let down Emery, and I said to Arteta, they're going to let you down, my brother, and they're doing exactly that. So I don't feel great about today's game. Burnley is not going to be easy. However, both teams struggle to score goals. Kuke, what's going on? Kuke says, welcome to another episode of Andrew versus 18 for Ebony's Love. Pro Lover said, it's not all that bad. Only problem is Xhaka.
Oh, boy.
The Assembled is saying, good evening, panel. Yeah, good evening to you, my brother. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit that like button. If not, let me hear your views. We will air them out for the whole of the Arsenal fan base to enjoy. What's up, 18? What's going on, man? Yeah, crap team sheet. I totally agree. Assemble says, let's hope the three amigos actually do well and the odds have to go his way for a change. I keep saying that every week that some of these guys are going to get switched on. And guess what? Every week, they don't. So I don't know what's going on there, man. Version Top, good to see you, bro. He says, I can't believe the same team over and over. Yeah, bring on the transfer window. Yeah, I'm not looking that much for the transfer window. If you didn't hear the news, Arsenal, I did report when me, Ella African Guna and Bertram and Tony was talking about the finances in August, I did predict losses of around between 130 to 160 million. Seems like I was quite close because it looks like we are going to be losing 140 million. So in monetary terms, basically the 60 million you get from the Emirates revenue stadium, the 60 million you get from the Adidas deal and the Indesit and Rwanda deal put together, if you take all of that, that has wiped out the entire earnings of the team. That's bad. That's not good. Because remember, a business runs on budget versus versus actual. And you have to weigh up that gross profit against your budget. And that's the reason why we're seeing no scout team, people getting laid off, less staff, everything's cut down. It's because they're trying to manage the budget and it ain't good right now. Job, what's going on, Job? Job says, wishing a good luck live from Kenya. Good to see you, bro. Big shout out to all of Kenya. Massive Arsenal, big fan base around there. I would be shocked if he was a Burnley fan. So let's go through the team sheet now. Team sheet. Okay, so here's the big news, which is not actually any big news at all. El Nene is the only change from the team that started against Tottenham. Oh, dear. What is going on? Danny Ceballos was the most creative player in that game, and he ain't on the bench. I mean, he isn't in the team, sorry. So we've got Leno in goal. We've got Bellerin, who shouldn't be there. We've got Holding, Gabriel, and Turney. We've got Willian, who's there by default because Pepe is banned, Nelson's injured. We've got Xhaka. Oh, my God, somebody shoot me in the freaking head right now. We've got El Nene, which is good. We've got Saka, Lacazette, and Aubameyang. How? Okay, so Lacazette played his way into the team after that fantastic performance in the Europa Cup. But last week, he did okay. He wasn't special against Tottenham. He did okay, but he finds his way in front of Eddie Nketiah. And I hope he has a good game today. If not, I want to see Eddie. I wanted to see Eddie start weeks ago, but it's not just all about Eddie. It's about getting guys in to change something. Lacazette isn't any change. Lacazette, I don't even know when the last time he scored for Arsenal was. And 3 goals he had came really early in the season. And then since then, he ain't hit the back of the net in the Premiership. Vincey.
No, Arteta's just been Arteta at the end of the day. We're going to look and see this season he's getting the players used to his system. So he's not going to chop and change the way how we want him to do from week in, week out. It's frustrating, but the backside of this plan is I'm thinking that by the middle of February, we should be used to playing a system. We should be used to. I'm hoping by February we're going to be kicking on strong because that's the only hope that we should have. If these guys are going to play on a consistent basis, we're going to get some productivity in a few months' time. And that's where I am with the team. It's I can't expect him. I want him to make changes and play the kids, but Arteta's mindset's not there yet, and I just have to let it go.
Yeah, it's not good, guys. It's not good. It's not healthy. Before I go to Tony, we talked about this. Me, Tony, and Neomis talked about this on Monday night on a podcast. and we said what it does is it doesn't make the poor performances by these first team players accountable if you keep on picking them. If you keep on picking them, you're just gonna get the same result. And there's no cost, no fear of losing their position. And not just that, but there's no reward for the kids. The kids are playing well for you. Every week, Thursday, they're scoring 3 or 4 goals. And every week, you shut them down. And big shout out to Joe Willock, because you've given him 2 starts. But I don't even see Joe Willock around right now. I mean, we could do with a Joe Willock. But again, you tried him twice, and you've shut the door on him. Tony Cox, you got the conch.
What can I say? It's the same old. We're just being fed rubbish week after week after week. You know, look, what makes him think it's going to change unless he does something drastic?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Oh man, sorry, just seen that interception there. Yeah, we are.
Oh man.
Yeah, we just got to stop playing this rubbish and start doing something different. But good luck today.
I can't believe it. I'm just watching Sky. Sky is now announcing the team sheet at the moment. And, well, okay, it's really crazy. I mean, there is some fans in the stadium. That's the only good thing that we've got to be happy about today. Ebony, what's your thoughts on the team sheet?
Apart from the omission of El Neni, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Arteta needs to be brave and start dropping shit, i.e. the players who are not delivering every single week. And as you said many times, Apollo, the same players that have let down the last 2 managers are exactly the same players that are letting down this one. Okay, he needs to be brave, and he needs to start dropping big players and start putting the kids in. And I don't know whether he's doing that because certain players are expected to be chosen, or he's just plain stubborn. I'm just hoping that the way Burnley play, because they are very part the bus, very defensive, that we can actually break them down today. But as far as the team sheet, apart from the inclusion of El Neni, nah, not happy.
Yeah, I mean, look, wow. And I can't say if he gets it right, he gets it right, because these guys have got it wrong for so many weeks. Even if they do well today, it's still... I mean, what I'm saying is we're going to have to see an amazing performance today in order to justify these guys. I'm talking about 3 or 4-0. If I don't see that, then for me, you're just not doing yourself any favors. Arteta, you're using the same formula that got Emery sacked. You're doing wrong things on the back end, and your team sheets on the front end are just terrible. And
Apollo, can I ask, even if you look at this team sheet, if we think about how poor we played previously, look at who we're playing. Yeah, this team sheet should really get a result today.
Yeah, not really. I looked at Burnley's results, and the only one they really tripped up on was the Man City, and there was a 3-0 in there. Outside of that, they've been very competitive in the games that they've been playing in. They just can't score.
But what I'm saying is, like, at some stage we have to perform better, and if we really micro-analyze our attacking play, we've slightly got better in the last game against Spurs, even though it was a little bit headless and naive in our play. But if we improve on that, we should get something out of today's game. So even with that team sheet, it's not inspiring, but at some point the players have to perform. And that's for me. I'm hoping.
That's insanity, Tone. If you're doing the same thing, repeating the same exercises and expecting a different result, that is the definition of insanity.
Yeah, it is.
We ask for, at the same time, we're asking for a manager who's been insane week in, week out to give him time. This is the oxymoron of Arteta this season.
But he is not changing anything week in, week out. We are seeing the same 11 players, maybe add one, take away one, doing the same things, giving up the same goal, not creating the same attacking opportunities.
And as I say, if nothing changes, nothing changes.
And it's dull football. It's frustrating, but you know, we're still saying, we said, okay, well, we've got a manager who we've got to give him time, and time's hard to watch when we're performing the way we're playing.
So, guys, we have to go to Bertrand because the game's already started. Bertrand, what's your thoughts on the team sheet?
Look, I mean, I think everyone's already said it. It's a little bit disappointing to see that we keep playing the same players and getting the same results. I'm not sure what Arteta needs to see to make changes. I think what he's basically saying indirectly is that his bench is not good enough. The subs are not good enough. They're not good enough to start. The people on the field are his best team, and he's playing his best players. That's what the lineup tells you. Even though I would say, though, given the totality of the team, I think people like Xhaka, even though they play well for the country, does not play well. So I'm trying to figure out what his best attributes. I'm not sure how you define best, but I don't see what his best attributes are. At least as relates to being competitive in the league. I'm not sure why he continually plays. I can see why Abba plays. I can see why William plays. William has been a very standout player for years in the league. I'm not sure if the age has caught up to him, but he's having a tough time. And hopefully today he'll respond. He responded. He played well in the first game, but he hasn't played well since. But I would say, look, Bellerin, Xhaka, and William, at a minimum, should not have started today. I can't justify them starting. But hopefully they'll prove us wrong, play well, and we win. And, you know, if we win, everyone will be happy.
I think for me, it's not if we win, it's how we win. As I said, if we win 3 or 4-0, then these guys are back and confidence is high and the Christmas run in and everyone's happy. If we struggle 1-0 or if it's 0-0, then that's not a great result. Neomis, the pun black man time coming in 15 minutes late after the street. Now, Neomis, how's your Sunday going, man? And what do you think of the team sheet?
Sunday is doing pretty good. Had a nice roast dinner with some mac and cheese. But it was all ruined when I saw this lineup. Listen, I got peas and rice, roast potatoes, mac and cheese, potato salad.
Yeah, you're supposed to have rice and peas, man. Not peas and rice.
Peas and rice.
Oh, you know what I mean?
So like a Trinity.
Peas and rice.
Peas and rice. He's not familiar with this. This is heresy, Neomis. Heresy.
Oh,
Peas and rice.
My God! But,
Neomis, where's family from?
Oh, the pressure there, boy.
No, it's from all of my dad's side is from the Bahamas, and my mom's side is from Barbados.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're forgiven. You're forgiven.
The mac and cheese was nice.
Man. Oh my God! Listen. 18 said small island, Neomis.
Yes,
yeah,
small island. 300,000 people.
Small island. You're not bad breed. You're not bad breed. That's what it is.
So, guys,
Marley.
So, Neomis, what's your thoughts on the team sheet, bro?
It's not what I wanted to see, but to be honest, I'm not surprised. Like, I thought Arteta would have learned, and I hope we win because the pressure needs to get off of him. Because if we lose this today, wow.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to hold it back.
I mean,
it's going to be tough to hold
Arsenal
it back.
fans are ready for him. So I hope we win. I'm predicting a draw. But yeah, I hope we get the 3 points.
It's good to see how they're spreading out those 2,000. To me, that looks more than 2,000 fans. But I mean, hey, you know, I've only got an O level. I've only got an O level maths, which in today's society means absolutely zero. Yeah, my son said to me the other day, "What's an O level maths?" I was like, "Oh Lord."
Arsenal GCSEs.
Oh, he's
what's a city in Gills? Oh my dear.
Vocational.
It was all worth it though, Tony. Big up to everybody in Neasden, massive. Guys, so far it's been quite stable. Arsenal's not really pressing on the front end. Burnley has been pressing, especially when we're playing the ball out from the back. Aubameyang just had a little chance there on the left-hand side where he played an overlap with Saka. Looked really good, to be honest. It was a ball over the top from Tierney. Aubameyang latched onto it, and he tried to lay off the ball as Saka was running into the box. Saka doing the right thing and running in late. But Burnley
he can't cross for nothing.
Yeah,
it's just annoying watch us trying to cross. Our crossing is atrocious.
So, guys, let's do a clock watch. I'm on 6 minutes.
I'm on 7 minutes 10, and another.
Yeah, I'm on 6:50.
I'm 7 minutes. I'm 7 minutes.
Oh, you lot are all in your front room watching it. You know what? I think I might be done with this. You know, I might get myself a green screen and sit in the front room because
Sky. I'm watching.
Yeah, baby, my Sky is in the next room. They're all on the TV on the big 60-inch watching Netflix.
I don't have a choice because my program doesn't allow me to connect to my monitor, so I have to watch on the big screen.
I'm on my friggin' mobile.
I can't watch on tablet; too small.
Why'd you give it away, Bellerin? Was that you, Bellerin?
So
Yeah, it was you. Gave it away.
It's a nice little seat
On the flank.
So far, Aubameyang has come to play today, guys. Aubameyang has been running down the channel, trying to get back to last season's overlap with Saka and Tierney. Tried to play off Saka 5 minutes ago, and then he sent a through ball into Tierney. Bellerin just doesn't know what he's doing on the right.
Bellerin, I know, he's giving the ball away.
Touchdown, Kelsey.
This is mad. Look at Bellerin and Willian on the right. It's a nice cross. Okay, goalie came out for that. That's what goalies are supposed to do.
Yeah.
So Sandra is saying Arteta will die on his own sword. Can't hear. Yeah, who can't hear must feel. That's a proper Jamaican saying there, my girl.
West Indian saying that. Yeah.
Yes. Version Top saying Uber looks like he's up for it. Yeah, that's what I just said. Smile on his face today. He's going to score for sure. I hope so. I really do hope so. Guys, Assemble saying if things don't change, they stay as they are. The real question is, have Arsenal improved? Yeah, they have because they won the FA Cup. And that's not easy, my friend. But that just talks about potential. That doesn't talk about, Hang on. There's a saying. There's a saying. Tony, let me answer the question. So there's a saying that goes every given Sunday, and I think that's about us. You have to turn up every week to show your hand. And quite frankly, we ain't turned up this season. Yeah.
How
and
we
so
improved, Apollo, if all we've done is won the FA Cup.
But Tony, that statement in itself, all we've done. Again, Arsenal fans playing down success. It's not. I'm not a fan of that.
What are you comparing?
I'm not a fan of that.
What you were comparing improvement to? Because if you're comparing improvement to the Emery days, then Emery got to the European Cup final
and lost.
Cup final in Europe as opposed to domestic cup final.
Yeah. He got to the cup final and lost, and he was supposed to be the Meister of the Europa Cup. Winning is everything.
Tony, do not argue with Apollo about this because he's not going to hear you. He has a finite view. His view will not.
You speak to a fan of any other team and say to them, "Do you want the FA Cup?" Because we don't want it. It doesn't mean anything to us because it means we're, it means we're papering on. If I use a DT saying, if I use a DT saying, "Oh, it's useless," it means an FA Cup means we're papering over the cracks. I'd rather not win it. Do you know what another opposing fan would say? Come bring it. Give me the FA Cup. Me will take it. It's called success. And what you have to remember is when you win it, you have to beat the best teams in the league. Yeah. If we were that bad, if we was as bad as everybody thinks we are, we wouldn't have beaten those teams.
So I thought Donald Trump left the White House. I thought Donald Trump was leaving the White House with fake news. Like, I don't understand something. Like seriously. No, let me hear this. Wait. 1 second, Tony. 1 second. Let me tell you this. We are 14th in the league. We finished 8th last year. 50. Oh, thank you, Ebony. Thank you. We are 15th in the league. We finished 8th last year, and we have improved. You should. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That's
you should,
the
but we
criteria
haven't.
to use. We
Yeah,
haven't
we
improved.
should.
improved
But
then.
wake up and smell the coffee, my friend. We haven't improved. We've gone
Improvement is
downhill.
relative.
Yeah, we've gone downhill.
No.
That's all it is. It's just relative.
No,
Go
hold
go
on. When somebody shouts like that, you have to wait for the reaction. Bertram, you got the conch. He's gone on mute. You've gone on mute, Bertram.
Why?
Laka did just miss
Why?
it there.
Shoot.
Ball
Oh,
to
God.
Aubameyang, chipped the ball in the box.
what kind of
William
football
headed to
is that?
Laka, and he kicked himself. He kicked and missed. It's a anyway. It's very
Oh.
frustrating watching us.
So Rafe said Wigan and Portsmouth
Willian.
won the FA Cup. And you're right, mate. And that's because they deserve to. And you know what's happened with Wigan and Portsmouth? They have got history. Because in 50 years' time from now, 100 years' time from now, yeah, just like England,
Really,
yeah,
Apollo?
everyone talks about.
They've improved. They left from Premier League to League
Everybody
One.
talks
They've
about
improved immensely.
They got relegated.
Everybody
news,
talks
I tell
about
you,
England
fake
won the
news.
FA Cup in 1966, and you know what? Every day we keep hearing about it. Why? Because England ain't won the FA Cup since. So the fact of the matter is, they
Apollo,
won
you
it.
want a shot? Do you want a
Take it away
shot?
from them.
Apollo, you want a
Guys,
shot?
another attack from Arsenal coming in on the left side. Aubameyang really working hard there. Not sit to Will. Oh yeah, that was a lack of.
Wait. Wigan improved so much. Martinez got fired. They end up in League One, but they got better. They have less fans. They have less money, but they improved immensely. Come on, Apollo. You know the argument doesn't fly.
Bertram, what are you talking about?
That was
You're
You
wrong.
said-
You're wrong,
What are you?
Apollo.
What are you? What are you?
You're
See,
wrong.
this is the thing.
Nobody's
Yeah,
agreeing with
the
you,
first
Apollo.
time we won the FA Cup after we had won a trophy in 10 years, we beat Hull in the final. Do you know who we beat in the semi-final?
Burnley just missed a sitter.
I think.
exactly
What the hell are we doing?
Wigan.
Jesus Christ, that should have been
a header as well. Watch it.
There's
Watch
a,
it.
there's a baby
Oh my
goal. He's
God.
just-
Why?
Nobody's marking
Oh,
him.
that looked like a
What's
head.
Gabriel doing? What's Gabriel? Where are you going, Gabriel?
Wow.
Where are you going? You're trying to play home. You're trying to play outside.
This is
Because they are
atrocious.
Apollo,
in
you're a bit
response
behind,
to-
but that was
In
wow.
in response to Arsenal
That was
improving,
close.
the only thing I can say that we've improved is our defense. Our
Even that
defending.
Not after that.
We've improved on being poor. We've
Yeah.
improved on being poor. We're poorer. That's the constant improvement I'm hearing. We haven't
Yeah.
improved. We have better players. We're playing worse.
But our defensive record.
Oh,
is-
guys, you guys. Anyway, you know what? It's subjective. I don't agree with
No,
with
that's
that at
not.
all,
This is
but
not subjective.
It is subjective,
It's not
and I
subjective
proved
that
that
we've
to you.
improved. Sorry,
And since
no,
I
it's
proved
not.
it to you, you haven't come back to me on that. You
We have
haven't
four
shown
losses
me.
You
and six-
proved it,
Four
Apollo.
losses.
Because listen, I'll say what I've said it about 5
out
times.
of 11
I'll say
games.
it.
should have been a
4
goal.
wins. 4.
When you have Ramsey and when you have
There should have been a goal.
Mkhitaryan and when you have those guys in the midfield who can give you goals, to what we've got now, we've got nothing. There is no midfielder that can give you
Come
goals.
on, like a pass the
Not one.
damn ball.
So how have we improved?
Nice.
It just
Nice.
doesn't resonate. Sorry, it doesn't resonate. You give up at Aaron Ramsey, you can get you goals in double digits and
We're
double-digit
getting
assists.
swamped in midfield.
Aaron Ramsey
anyway.
didn't play a lick of defense. You get 11 goals from here, you give up 15. He's never in position. That's why we give up so much goals. He never plays his position ever.
So yeah, it doesn't.
He's doing well with
still,
Juventus, by the way. He's making
That's-
400 pounds to be on
I
the
still
bench at
haven't heard
Juventus. What he does.
Yeah, I still haven't heard any comeback on
That's
that.
what Apollo's on. Apollo's drinking
Oh,
this.
get up.
I don't drink spirits, bro. I'm a beer, lager, and cider man. Don't touch spirits. I don't touch them. Mind you, my son's getting a habit for it, but that's another story.
Man, it's
What? That's not a foul. You fell over me.
it's
Oh,
hard.
God.
It's hard to see huge improvements in the ball movement. I look and I see what we did winning the FA Cup, and we managed to outsmart some very good managers and very good teams to get to win the FA Cup, and that's commendable. I'll give the team that.
But they're not. This isn't the same team. It's the manager's tactic.
He's got better players than Polo.
Oh God. Oh my God. Where are you guys? That's no. I'm not doing
I
that.
do get
Come on,
the
Vincent.
argument that we've got better players,
Hey,
but
Tony, I haven't spoken to anyone who
how,
Apollo says that.
How? How?
In the sense that, you know, what they can do, but they're just not doing it, and that's down to the manager's tactics.
So I just want to talk about two people, right? So Maitland-Niles shut down opposing team's best players. He ain't started a game.
Digging yourself a grave there, son.
He ain't started a game. No, I'm giving you more facts, but you guys are giving me sentences with no facts. I'm just continually giving you facts. He ain't even started a game this season. So to say this team's better without him, that is
It's not.
again.
It's not.
No,
I
Apollo,
don't-
you're confusing
So
the argument.
you
You're
need to
confusing
tell
the
Tony
argument.
and Bertram that.
You are confusing the argument,
another thing.
Apollo. You are
There's
confusing the
another player
argument.
called Emi Martinez who was just an absolute stud and massive. He ain't even in the team this year. So how you know, I can go on and I have done for weeks. How you lot are saying this is
Did they
a better
legalize
team
weed
than
in the
that team?
UK? Did they
You
legalize
guys
weed
are
in the UK?
smoking something, man.
Did they legalize weed in
Seriously.
the UK? Because it must have been because
Me-
Apollo is
Our
smoking.
midfield ain't even close. Our goalkeeper is irrational and error prone. The strikers, I give the strikers that. Yeah, the strikers
They're not
are.
creative.
Yeah, they're not creating, and Aubameyang is still in the team, and he was scoring on the back end of last season, so I give him that. But overall, when you don't play the players that were getting you success last year, Nketiah was so dominating in shutting down and closing teams like Liverpool playing out the back. We've got nobody doing that right now. We've got not a single.
I'll give you this. If you
Will
want to bring
you
Martinez,
the ball out, please?
if you want to bring Martinez in as to how pivotal he was for us last season, you've got to put Gabriel in to replace him right now in our defense. He's pivotal because without Gabriel playing the way we're playing right now, I don't know what we'll be doing right now. So I kind of see that as a trade-off. You know, I know this. It's what 11 games into the season, but Gabriel's been outstanding.
Just stop with the backwards. Just move
That's
forward.
the players and in the importance in how they are in the team. But our midfield and our attacking, we're not moving the ball good. We're not helping.
Look, Tony and Bertram would want you to believe that the midfield that we've got right now is better than Guendouzi, who was our brightest, most, highest motor midfield player that we've seen, box-to-box midfielder. Ramsey, a guy who got you double-digit goals and assists. Mkhitaryan, who actually, as far as goals per game in the midfield, he averaged more goals per minute than anybody did. Iwobi, Welbeck, yeah, those were the players. Torreira, who dominated Spurs and Liverpool. These are the players that Emery had. So I welcome you to Tony and Bertram, who are telling you now that this midfield, this team, is better than that team. What
Apollo,
a
you're
load of rubbish.
confusing what you have versus what you play and who you play. That's the confusion you're making. What you have versus who you play.
I'm not confused.
We have two players who's better than everybody in the team. We have Gabriel and Partey, who's better than everybody who were before and after in the last 6-7 years.
Partey's how many games has Partey
who you
played?
have. No, you're confusing the argument again. I keep telling you that. Who you have today in your squad. He's in your squad. Injured or not, he's in your squad.
Right. Well, I'm sorry. I haven't seen that for I saw one game where he played against Man United.
Yeah, but Apollo, but you're confusing the argument again. Who do you have available in your squad?
When I talk to you about Ramsey, I talk to you about facts. Ramsey has produced for Arsenal. Thomas Partey has yet to produce for Arsenal. When he does.
So Ramsey's better than Partey. I want to hear you say Ramsey's better than Partey. Is Ramsey better than Partey? Is Ramsey better than Partey?
I don't know. Is he?
I'm done arguing.
Is that even a question?
I'm not arguing anymore.
No, but why would you ask that question? Is that even a question?
Yes, it's a question.
Well,
that was close by Rob Holding.
I don't know whether that's a question, bro. But I definitely ain't got.
Question.
I'm not answering it because it's not relevant. I don't see the relevance into it. Ramsey played a whole season under Emery. This guy you mentioned played one game. Ramsey got double-digit goals and assists every season. Okay. This guy, what has Partey done for Arsenal? Can someone tell me what Partey has done for Arsenal? Because it was news to me.
So when you reason, your reasoning has to be linear. Wait, your reasoning can't be zigzag. It has to be linear. It's going in one direction. It's a vertical. It's not distributed. It's not all over the place. Your reasoning has to be linear. Your
So let's make
logic
it
and your
simple.
reasoning
Let's make
are
it simple
all
for
over
you
the
and
place.
Tony.
They're scattershot.
So let's make it simple for you and Tony then.
It's like an 60.
If this team's better than
versus a
Emery, then why are they sitting in 14th place, 15th place?
Manager's
Ask the manager.
Oh, God.
Well, it's down to the manager at the end of the day. You know, it's him that sets out the team. It's him that sets out the tactics. So,
Hey,
you know,
listen, Emery got it wrong as well. Emery got it just as wrong as Arteta did.
He did, but you know, at the end of the day,
we're talking about the team.
But at the end of the day,
okay. But even if you bring it to the game we're watching right now, okay, we're looking at the defense. We're looking at the midfield. We're looking at how cohesive they are in moving the ball. And it's borderline atrocious. Like, it is shocking football. And you're thinking, this is the same manager who prides himself on ball movement and fluidity. I'm watching the game, and you've got your two central midfielders last to pick up the ball, and the next person in midfield who's coming down to get the ball is Lacazette.
Laka is playing in the 10 role. The problem is he's not moving the ball quick enough. He's playing 10. He's not really playing a 9 today.
But he's having to come right into midfield.
No, because it's a plan. It's part of the plan. Then they have Abba rotating behind him. That's how they're playing. He's playing the 10 and Abba's playing the 9, even though you may see him out wide. He's playing the 9. Look how they're playing. He's playing the 9.
You know, at school, that's class playground football. Because it's too open. You can't play triangles.
Bellerin needs to get off the darn field. He's wasting. He's killing us.
Yeah, well, we expected that.
Bellerin is killing us. I don't know why he's on the field.
It's just this is torturing. This is what the hardest thing is about this whole process. Not seeing any plan B from Arteta.
Yeah.
It's bad enough.
How you got improved? How did you improve then?
It's bad enough him not doing the same tactics as last season, where he said we want to dominate teams, we want to attack teams. We ain't been doing that this season. Those tactics have completely gone out the window, and that's affected our form greatly, considerably. But to go on and just put these failing players on there every game, it is hilarious. That I'm looking at Xhaka passing to Bellerin, and Bellerin giving the ball away. I just Arteta, I love you guys. I love you, bro. But whatever you get is what you deserve, because this shit right here, this is gonna put you under, my friend. This is gonna put you under. These guys will fail you, man, because that's just what they do.
Great ball.
I got to say, I'm a big Bellerin fan, and many years Arsenal haven't played to his strengths, but I'm just concerned right now about what are the tactics. I'm going back to it. What are the tactics we're playing? And right now, I wouldn't be playing Bellerin, but the tactics on the pitch are poor.
And yeah, I totally agree. That's definitely had a hand in what we've been doing. I believe it was it Bertram or Neomis that mentioned that Arteta seems to be playing to his band at the moment. He seems to have a certain section of players that he trusts, and that has gone in the way of choosing other people on the bench who might give him something better. And I think Bellerin is one of those players. I think Xhaka is definitely one of those players. And then Willian, who is paying 220 grand a week, he wants Willian to score. He wants Willian to get assists, because that's the only way that Arteta is able to turn around and say to everybody, "See, we did the right thing in bringing him in." So when you're making decisions like that, it's, as Sandra said, you're gonna end up falling on your sword.
Backwards, sideways, backwards, bloody sideways.
I mean, I can't believe he's just gone for that. Neomis, you're killing me, man. Listen, Neomis, talk to me, bro.
This game is terrible. Like it really is.
Arteta is running out of time.
Anymore.
He's
really
running
don't
out of
even wanna
time,
watch
and he's
it
got
anymore.
the kiss of
Because
death
what-
by saying he's
Bro,
got
you're lucky
guaranteed.
you've got the Dolphins. Let me just check if the Dolphins are still winning.
They're on halftime.
Neomis, remember when I said
Yeah.
during the Villa game, I said the next 3 games we're going to play just as bad. And I asked the question, and it's like you couldn't be. No one could believe or expect that we would play worse than Villa, that Villa game. And you're watching it right now.
I mean, you know what? I will take one positive in that the players do look like they're up for it. But the fact that Burnley had a chance where they could have easily been 1-0 up.
Yeah.
Like, I see some of the tactics, like when we're going for set pieces. Like,
Look at Burnley.
our
We're playing out the
centre-backs are
back
all
now,
over the
and
place.
we're playing out the back now, and Burnley are on us like bees to a honey. Look, they're pressing the shit out of us. And why are they doing that? Because they know that we're devoid of confidence.
We could have scored just a minute ago as well. But their goalkeeper's on point.
This is foolishness.
Burnley know we're low
Look,
on
I need to get off the
confidence.
goddamn field. He's annoying the hell out of me. He's getting easy chances and can't score.
Oh,
That's
That
like
is
being
it. I know.
ridiculous.
I know. Yes, no, miss. I know. I know.
Oh my
I know.
God.
Look
I'll
at
give
that
you.
working. Sorry, Aubameyang is working super hard, man.
Really?
What's that, Vincey?
Oh, Lord of mercy.
Vincey, what happened?
This is too much. You know what? I'm gonna have to turn the TV off, man. This is. I don't allow this type of stuff going on my TV, man. This is not righteous viewing at all. I'll go back to the Dolphins game, man.
It's embarrassing.
I got them both on.
This is not football.
Bertram is muted, and something happened which I missed, and I can't hear from him.
This is not football, man.
It's as Vincent says, we are beyond poor.
Michelle is saying, what are we drinking, Vincey?
Drugs.
Well, Vincey's on the
Carry
yep. I'm on the Mount Grey cider, which is kiwi and lime. Tony, I think Tony's on water.
A cup of tea.
Bertram, I know, is a health freak, so he's probably drinking juice or water.
Water.
Neomis is on the Sugar Ray. Real Titty's on the rum punch. He's on that thing.
I need something to drink right now.
Any babash.
Hey, Neomis, them recommendations are hitting hard, bro. Them recommend when I landed in Chicago, Vincey told me to check out some popcorn, man. I raided that shop hard.
Yeah, so something is in the gold actually. There is a shield in the gold. There's an alien shield in the gold. So when you hit that gold, it won't go in. It won't go in.
It's just an invisible wall.
It's an invisible shield. Yeah, invisible shield. Because Gabriel just had a sitter, and it's hard to miss. It's easier to score than to miss that.
All right. I don't know if you guys have been counting, but I think we're at about 11 crosses so far in the game.
And half of them have been poor.
Yeah, so we might be a new record today.
Yeah, but we have gotten 3 clear-cut chances. We got 3 clear-cut chances.
7
Gabriel's
attempts,
header and the 2 by Lacazette.
7 attempts, 1 on target.
I mean, this missed by Lacazette. Lacazette's had 2 chances, for a striker.
We should as well, man.
All back now, boy.
This ain't noise.
This is madness.
Man, this is a whole heap of foolishness going on here, man.
This is madness.
You're not.
Yeah.
This is too much.
What? Is it me or is Bellerin just
foolishness, man?
This is
I
absolute
haven't got to
madness.
Bellerin yet.
Let me smoke a cigarette because I need to calm my nerve. This is just
Hey!
Bellerin girdle is
Bellerin's
tight.
on the ball.
His girdle is tight. He can't
Man,
stretch.
I know how to kick the ball.
Because I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Oh God, Bellerin! I just saw it.
I know. Did you just see the try and kick the?
And the worst
I
part
reckon
about it,
he
he
kicked
doesn't
the
even try to get back.
I know there's just no track back.
Oh, guys, Quentin Pro Lover said that he wants to come on. Let's have a look.
Go on right ahead.
You said it, man.
I don't know why he wants to
There's your
suffer.
crosses, Neil. Miss 10 crosses to 1.
There you go.
Hmm.
But it looks like what they're doing, instead of Bellerin trying to track back, El Nene and Xhaka are dropping in defense.
Well,
So,
we're
guys,
accustomed to that. El Neni normally covers Tierney, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, he covers it
Xhaka
right. He
normally
covers it right. He
Tierney.
covers it right.
okay, so guys, CJ says scores. Oh, it's 0-0, bro. I thought
Oh,
you
I
was
just
just
about
saying
to
that
say.
Arsenal scored. It's 0-0, bro. Arsenal have had a few sitters. He says, wicked, Curve the said, wicked shirt, Tony. Tony, shout out your shirt there at the moment.
Bad man shirt.
Nice
Bad man
one.
shirt.
Rocastle.
Rocky,
Yeah.
Rocky.
Yeah, it's been torturing, guys. It's been this reminds me of the second half against Spurs, where it was all Arsenal. All bark, no bite, I think is the best way that I can put this. We've got Bellerin giving the ball away. Arteta, well, I can't really, the tactics are what the tactics are. Oh, Lord. I mean, look, we're not, don't get too down on ourselves. We've got Niles, Nketiah, Smith Rowe on the bench. The faster they get rid of these idiots on there, the better the result would be. Smith Rowe on the bench is a really nice thing to see.
The way how the tactics are, if they had started Maitland-Niles, it would actually have fit much more better because Maitland-Niles could do a lot more.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's see how it goes.
Oh God! I mean, as they say, another day, another dollar.
I'm
Another
jumping
day,
off the. I'm
another dollar.
on the side of the road, jumping off the Arteta bandwagon. I'm jumping slowly. I'm not jumping. One foot is up because it's getting to the point where he probably needs to go. He's wasting time, wasting energy. Don't know what he's doing.
So are you officially Arteta out, Bertram?
No, I'm not out yet, but I'm getting close.
Before I go to Quentin,
I hate incompetence.
Yeah, me too. I just hate stupidity. Yeah, I just this reminds me of Rafa. What's happened here? The game has stopped.
The man matching man in the face.
Right, Quentin, how are you getting on? Big shout out to you down in North Carolina. First of all, what's your thoughts of the team sheet, and then what's your thoughts on how we've been playing so far today?
Man. Give the man a call. Turn it off.
I agree. He could have done a lot better. First, Maitland-Niles needs to be on the field. Xhaka has no call on that team sheet. Not at all. Not at all. And
Bacchanal boy.
And what's your thoughts on the team sheet?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
I'm glad that Oba is in strike and Lap is behind. Saka. I'm not sure if he should have played Saka today, but what do you think about Saka?
For me, it's regardless whether your form is dipped. It's all about your desire, your work rate, all these different things. Fans aren't blind. If your form has gone down and you're in a hole, the amount of running that you do and the effort that you put in does not go to the wayside when it comes to fans. We can see the effort from where we're seeing it. Regardless of what the result is, we can see the effort. And what we're seeing is, quite frankly, Tierney and Saka are running themselves in the ground at the moment Aubameyang is showing a little bit more effort, which is good to see. But quite frankly, I mean, it's ridiculous right now why Xhaka, Bellerin, and Willian. I mean, I've been defending Willian, saying he's improved of late. Today, he seems to be satisfied with staying out there on that right. Very, very few times have I seen him get into the box and actually be that help. I mean, look at him now. He's on the far right, quite happy to sit there. He's got the skills to dribble into the box and doesn't. You know, why doesn't he take a player on? You got all that ability if you're Willian.
But I don't know. I don't know.
Mikel Hardman, 67-yard punt return.
But I will say, as bad as we feel about how our midfield is playing, Burnley ain't doing nothing.
Well, that's the saving grace. We're dominating the game. There's no two ways about it. And we're dominating the game. Not if this was Spurs and they were sucking us in like that, we'd get done on the counter. But we're not playing Leicester. We're not playing Spurs. This is Burnley. This is a team.
That is what I said last week. That's what I told you guys last. You cannot compare a team like Burnley to Spurs, Liverpool, City, Leicester. None of those guys. You can't.
I mean, this is an Arsenal training session right now.
Exactly.
It's a training session.
And that's why they need to score. They need to use this game to get some goals. We need goals. This should be like a 6 goals. 6.
We're not good enough.
I agree with you.
Kuke saying Arteta can't moan about not having the correct players, then at the same time play Bellerin as an inverted fullback when he has Maitland-Niles on the bench. He says, mistake not starting Eddie. Curved is saying, guys who are watching, let me know, are you Arteta in or Arteta out? Curved is saying,
we should be asking that question.
I think we are, because that's all I can see on social media, so we have to address it.
Really?
Curved is saying he needs to go. 18 saying we're missing Eddie Nketiah. Kuke saying
can we put
Bellerin
that at the back end of the game? Because right during the game, I want to be positive about my team. Even though we can be critical, I think that the whole manager business, we need to keep that separate.
Well,
on the game.
We're going to give away a goal today playing off from the back.
I agree with you, Tony.
We have no idea what we're doing.
I agree with you during the game. I mean, we could do that afterwards.
Too late. I already talked about it and the votes are already starting to come in. So our panel will make up their mind after the game, but you lot can keep throwing it in. Kuke saying Bellerin again rewards the manager. Ooh. Absolute. Curved is saying Willian has no business at Arsenal. So far we're saying Curved is saying Arteta needs to go. Anwar is saying Arteta out. Lincoln fans is saying Arteta is clueless, mate. Kuke saying Arteta out. 18 saying Arteta out. Langton saying Arteta is dead. CJ saying Arteta out. There's not a single fan that wants Arteta at the club. Wow.
I'm watching a game of football. I ain't concentrating on that.
Wow. George,
I'm looking at how we are on the ball. And what, for me, obviously, from days of playing football, you've got to look confident in your ability to move the ball and shoot and
Jesus
play.
Christ, Willian.
And I'm looking, and we just look anxious. We don't look comfortable on the ball and happy, and that's a concern because it transfers into the collective and what we're seeing week in, week out. Something's going on in training. That's not good.
we're not, for some reason, let me just check what's going on now. I don't know why we're not getting Facebook comments on here. Let me have a look. I'm live on Facebook at the moment. So everybody, hey guys, what's going on Facebook? Good to see you guys in the forum on 101. For some reason, I'm not getting your comments through, which is strange. George is saying to all of you, George is the only person here who's saying Arteta in. He's asking everybody, why do you want him out? I think
How did
everybody.
Xhaka get caught offside there, eh? Come on, boys. Let's talk
CJ's
about
just
the
saying.
game.
Is
That
that
offside
Arteta's
is
lost.
cheap. That just killed it.
CJ's saying Arteta has lost the dressing room.
Who would you
Mike
sub?
on
5
Facebook.
minutes ago. Who would you sub?
Bellerin?
We need to make a change at half time.
Yeah.
I would put Nketiah on for Lacazette. I would put Niles or Suarez on for Bellerin. Xhaka, I'm not worried about because we're playing Burnley. It's not like they're gonna scare the shit out of him. So I can deal with Xhaka today. I can deal with Xhaka. Willian is just not progressive enough. I'm expecting Willian to run into the box and dribble past players and show his skill. At the moment, he's just staying away from the action. You can't afford to do that when your team has got 2 goals in the last 7 games. Look, I'm a big Willian fan, and he's embarrassing me right now.
Yeah, but you know what? You know when you say that about Willian, right? Look at what he's working with. Remember when Pepe had the same problem? Nothing to work with. You got to do everything yourself.
No, that's a bad analogy, Tony, because Pepe can create his own goals. My whole point about Willian was he ain't. Pepe will run into the box, run up to players. Willian's not doing that. Willian, with all that ability he's got, can drive the ball into the box, and he's just happy to sit out on the right.
Why
Play a couple of passes to Bellerin.
Aerial presence.
But again, this is the thing, Apollo. It's, Tony's asked a good question about who do you sub, but the subs aren't really going to make a difference if the system and the way how we're playing is the problem. I mean, you look at Willian, and I heard you said, okay, well, he's putting good work rate in, but that type of work rate being isolated on the flank is not what I wanted when we paid money for Willian. That's a poor excuse for using him, and that's the problem. Willian's got attributes; he can impact the game, but not in this way.
Yeah, I just said that. I said he should be taking the ball and driving into the box, taking on defenders.
That's the manager. He shouldn't be. Our system shouldn't allow for Willian to be isolated on the. He's not Pepe, so the manager's got to do a better job in utilizing Willian so he can impact the team. He's not impacting the team at all, doing what he's doing on the flank.
And the ball keeps going out wide to him. It keeps going. So he needs somebody who could control that flank. And that person is Maitland-Niles. I'm telling you. That person is Maitland-Niles.
Well, I think we should get Nketiah Niles on the field ASAP. And then I don't think it's going to be too long before you bring on Smith Rowe and take off Willian.
I'll bring Smith Rowe on right about now.
Yeah.
We need someone to drive the ball.
Smith Rowe will drive the ball into the box. He don't care. He's going to drive the ball into the box.
We should have had your boy on the bench, the Balogun.
Go on,
no Balogun.
We should have him.
No. I said that to Bertrand. The Balogun hasn't even started in Europe. He hasn't even started in the League Cup. He's got no experience. So I want to see him play a few. You have to remember, Smith Rowe has played 13 games for Arsenal. He's played an abundance of games for us. So has Willock. So has Nketiah. Those guys, we know what they can do, and they've played in the Premiership and won games for us. Southampton and West Ham last season, to name a few. Balogun hasn't even started against pub teams in the Europa. So what upset me on Thursday that he did not start the game with Nketiah. I was very disappointed in Arteta that he didn't give him his debut as a starter.
Make something out of this. Make something out of this. Just like, come on, William. Yeah, he needs to carry that ball into the box, man.
Yeah, and I think George has made a really good point. Aubameyang, I said this to either I said it to Bertram on Friday night or I said it to Neomis and Tony on Monday night that we need a striker now. A striker is got to be on the hit list for the transfer market because
Zero.
we need a striker. We need a striker.
Bring back Zero.
Yeah, I don't think they'll go that route, but they'll definitely.
We need a
someone like
team.
Eduardo.
We need a team. We're a mess. We need a team.
Just to give you some
This
stats,
team-
right? Just to give you some interesting stats. Our top 5 passers today are Rob Holding, Gabriel,
Oh God.
Xhaka, El Neni, and Hector Bellerin.
Oh,
So the defenders and the midfield.
Yeah, Kuke
Wow.
said El Nene is holding this midfield together right now.
man, shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Big duty. That's a big challenge. Who's that still? Oh,
My man ready to make a run.
Has Abba taken a shot on goal yet?
No.
Actually, he has. He had one that he shot wide early on.
I was going to say, because El Nene took a shot last week, and we saw how that worked out, and Lacazette took a shot the week before that outside. There's nothing wrong with shooting outside the box, man. Someone probably needs to tell these guys that. There's halftime, guys. It's 0-0, and it's not a good match.
But I mean, if you're doing something and you keep doing it, and you get the same results. Don't you change it?
yeah.
At some point, you have to realize that it may not be an aberration. It probably is something which is more systemic. So don't you change it. You just don't say, oh, okay, I'm going to keep doing it because you know what? I believe in these players. They have tried and proven. It's not working out well. Mix it up a little bit. Make him bring them back at a later point in time. Don't do the same thing over and over again. So frustrating to watch.
Guys, let me get your feedback about halftime. I need to nip off for a second. Vincey, I'm going to start with you. Then we go with Tony, Ebony, Bertram, Neomis, and Quentin. What's your thoughts on the first half overall? I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tone.
It's just been poor. I thought, and I was looking forward to just seeing a little bit more cohesion, improvement after the Spurs game. And we look like we don't know what to do with the ball, and we don't know how to move in space. We don't know how to create triangles and be confident in just keeping hold of the ball. And that, for me, is shocking to see, not just from a professional football team, but from my club. It's very painful to watch. And I'm deeply concerned because I'm thinking if we're trying to build on something moving forward, we've got to look like we know what we're doing. And we just don't look like we know what we're doing at all in any phase of the pitch. We just look rushed. We looked flustered, and we do not look composed. And it's concerning, really concerning me.
Yeah, I'm going to pretty much agree with you, particularly your comment about triangles, because I personally believe that's one of the biggest things that I can't see that we're creating. You know, all the time I see in training that we're playing, you know, these intricate triangles, but, you know, when it comes to the matches, they're sadly missing. Thursday evening, we saw so many triangles from our young kids creating great opportunities, and then we come to Sunday and it just totally disappears. I don't understand how this guy is looking at these two teams and not going, well, one team is definitely doing something different to the other team. So why don't I do the team that is playing better, is creating more opportunities, is actually putting the ball in the back of the net? So it's baffling me. Ebony, are you ready?
So Ebony's mom.
Yeah, the first half, poor. How many chances have we had? We've had about, 3 good chances. Nobody can find the net. Bellerin giving the ball away. it's just it's as if people have forgotten how to play. I don't know. I mean, it's just we just can't string passes together. We're getting caught out in midfield a lot. Yeah, it's just poor, absolute poor.
How about you, Quinton? Sorry, it's Bertram next, isn't it? Bertram.
I'm last.
Right, do I go ahead, Quentin?
That's so bad. It just come up with I know the feeling.
I think Bertram wants the floor at the end. I think
You know what? That's probably what it is.
You know, Quentin,
He's just gonna let it out.
You know how Bertram runs, yeah? You know how he runs.
But, on your earlier point, Bertram, I was trying to tell you, like you said before, right? I think it's more of an administrative issue because I do not see how a man like Arteta, who knows the game inside out, who's experienced the game, who's played it, especially in midfield, would constantly be making those same decisions. It has to be influenced. I don't know how if you feel the same way or not, but that's how I feel. Because he's making the same choices every week. Same choices. I don't get it. He plays these young fellas in the Europa League and gets the results. And then he plays the same team on Sunday and doesn't get a result. What does that tell you? You know? What does that tell you? And I feel like it's been, and there was no creativity.
Maybe he thought he had a better chance, but it didn't look like it, did it?
So, I mean, it's just been a poor performance overall. I mean, we have tried to create chances, but it all comes down to the starting lineup that started here today. I'm in complete disagreement with it. They're playing exactly as though I thought that they would. They're not giving me any type of confidence that anything is going to change. I'm literally clutching at straws and hoping and praying that we manage to nick a goal in this game. But so far, nothing. But to kind of reiterate on your point in terms of the triangle, I completely agree. We just in the final third, in those moments that even when you used to see under Arsene Wenger, when we have the ball out wide, that link between a full-back, a midfield player, and a winger, those triangles would happen, and then we would be able to get the ball into the box to whereby you either end up getting a penalty through a rash tackle, or we end up getting a cutback and then end up scoring a goal. But just none of that, and it's either Arteta or it's the players. Whether the players are going out there, someone's not listening, and it's just all frustrating. Like I'm watching this game just almost completely unmotivated. It's a sad state of affairs, but yeah, that's kind of it for me.
The question I'll go back to say, we're talking about triangles, but how often have we seen Arteta implement triangles in our games since he's been there? Because to me, it hasn't been that way. But that's a big concern in how we're playing. We're expecting him because that's the way how Arsenal moves the ball, and we've been used to it under Wenger. And Arteta's been a player under that, but I haven't seen it enough.
But Vincey, what are they doing in training then? Like, this is like on the offensive side. Like, what exactly is it that they're doing in training to kind of? Because there's no way Arteta could be like, okay, we're going to work on crossing the ball for training, and to do that 5 times a week. That it's just no way. Like, our defense has improved, but come on, I don't get it.
The thing is, it's easy to improve a defense in training than it is to improve an offense in training, because it's all about understanding stability, angles, and obviously set pieces, managing your lines, stepping up at the same time. Those are mechanics that defenders learn together and it's easy to do that offensively. It isn't. You know, me and Tony Cox, we've got 4 words that we love to say: board, don't hit back. When you're an offensive player, it's easy to turn up in training and keep hitting top left, top right. But in a game where you've got opposing defenders who were stopping you from running in the angles that you normally would do in training, stepping up to you in one-on-one duels and disrupting your play, that is what makes all of the difference. And that's why we see these lovely videos in the week which shows Arsenal strikers practicing at London Coney and smashing the balls into the net. And then you get to a game on Sunday and they can't hit a banjo with a bundle with a friggin' banjo. And it's parallels. The frustration is as we've alluded to, is there's no plan B. What we're seeing now, we've been watching for weeks, and it's the same formula with there's nothing different. There's no changes. We're not playing Pepe at the 10, or that's an example. Pepe's banned, obviously, but we're not moving him at the 10. We've taken Aubameyang from the anchor number 9 spot and put him back out wide. Is that a positive change? Not really, because he wasn't doing anything when he was on the left in the first place. But we'd like to see some positive changes that will reflect improvements in the team. Now, this team, Burnley, has turned this game into a training match. Why? Because we've got 10 goals in 11 games, and Burnley have got 5 goals in it. They've got half the goals that we have, and we've got a scoring problem. So if we've got a scoring problem and Burnley have only scored 5 goals this season, what that tells you is Burnley's probably not going to score today. So what you should have done is you should have implemented a formation or tactic which would overload Burnley, and we're not seeing that. Vincey.
I hear you say there's no plan B, but what's plan A? Because I don't know what plan A is. I'm seeing that we're getting 11 players on the pitch wearing the same shirt, but I don't know what plan A is in Arteta's football. And I'm not being disrespectful. It's shocking. I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. I'm in total agreement with that. And
me too.
You know, I'm gonna go so far as to say, what is a striker? Can someone tell me what a striker does in a team? Because we ain't got one of them.
Supposed to get forward and score, but we got
2 of them on the pitch. But I don't know what a striker does. Does he link up the play? Does he create opportunities? Does he get off shots? Because none of our strikers so far looks like a striker.
Yeah,
just a number.
And look, I said 2 weeks ago, bun them, get rid of the lot, just bench them and put the kids in.
I've said many times that Laka,
please, I'd rather see. Go on, Ebony.
No, I was going to say that, Laka and Orban need to be dropped. I don't care. They're not doing it. Put on Nketiah, put on Smith Rowe, put on, I don't know, stick Maitland Niles at the front. At least he could do something. The two star strikers that we have, they're just not. They're not cutting it. And Arteta needs to be brave and start dropping big players.
But Ebony, we've got fans who don't want to see the kids. They don't think the kids are ready.
Well, you know what?
So we're stuck with this lot.
On a Thursday, I know it's a different competition, but on a Thursday, at least from the kids, we actually get games. We actually get players that will fight for the ball. We get players that want to get stuck in. They can pass. They can find passes. They can actually run at players. What have we got? How many times has Bellerin given the ball away this match? We're getting stuck in midfield as well. Really, we are getting sucked in midfield badly. Nobody seems to be creating any chances.
So I think the benefit that you're going to get from bringing the kids in is their confidence level should be better because they want to perform. Ooh. Because what I'm seeing from our first 11 is they're lacking in confidence doing what they should be doing the basics. So I think that's where fans want to see the kids play, hoping that they're going to take the game to the opposing team because we don't look like we confident in doing that. We're going for the motions.
So just a quick update, guys. Some good news for Arsenal fans. We are now sitting in 14th place. So we're climbing up the table. Brighton are losing 3-0. And for those Arsenal fans that have forgotten what 3 is how many goals you've scored. Something which Arsenal don't really do that much.
Yeah.
I wouldn't talk too early. There's still 45 minutes left in this game.
Vardy has a goal and
position.
Vardy also has 2 assists, and Maddison has scored 2 goals today. 2 goals from midfield.
Bertram.
When was the last time we saw 2 goals from a midfielder at Arsenal? Actually, I'm going to look that up.
I dropped Vardy this week for my fantasy team and put in Kane.
Kane did score today.
But still.
Making an example of what we should be doing to Burnley. What they're doing to Brighton is doing to. I don't understand it. And they got rain, by the way.
Wow, this is depressing. Oh God, we're going back that far back. We were just talking about Aaron Ramsey. I just said when was the last time we got 2 goals from the midfield? It was Ramsey, 2016.
Yeah, I think Smith Rowe would make a huge difference to this team right now.
It's been that long since we've had a midfielder like Maddison who has scored 2 goals in one game. Oh God. But anyway, don't worry, because this team is better than Emery's team, so we should be able to pop that out. We should be able to get something there, guys. Second half is underway, and look, I'm not looking for anything from these guys because they're dead food right now. As soon as the substitutions happen, I think that's when this game is going to kickstart. And
Arteta needs to start making substitutions now. Actually,
yeah, he does. I'm shocked he didn't change anything at half time.
I'm not shocked because he's doing a Wenger, making substitutions like 80 minutes.
Okay, so we do have some tactical changes here. Hold on a second.
He's doing it based on energy, not on tactics. I mean, not on the progress of the game.
Oh, come on!
Yeah,
come on.
I think we have seen a tactical change. It definitely looks like a 5-man midfield now. And look, what have you got to lose? Go 2-5-3 if you have to. What have you got to lose? Burnley can't score goals. So just throw everything at the kitchen sink and see what sticks. That's what I do. I'm done with this shit, man.
I thought we did that last week against Spurs. We weren't organised.
Yeah, but the difference with Spurs top of the league and will hit you on a counter-attack. This team ain't going to do that. Burnley can't score goals. So I would take the chance and overload them in the midfield and just press them into submission. That's what I would do.
Apollo, I can't understand for nothing good why he chose a 4-3-1 today. Why didn't he go 4-3-3? Seriously.
Pinball, man. We're watching pinball.
Let's say what the guys are saying because we haven't spoken to them in a while. GK says, why doesn't our wide players run at the outside? That's what I've been saying. And Willian is supposed to be a guy who got the place in instead of Pepe. And Willian is out on an island and doesn't even look like he wants to run into the box, which is a real shame. We just need more players on there that can do that because Burnley are under no threat. If we're just going to cross the ball in from wide angles, they got a couple of 6'3" guys in there that can handle that, and they're under no stress. Rafa is saying don't feel too down. Brighton are losing. Yeah, as I just said, I totally agree. George is saying we need a young striker like Adams. Well, we got one. His name's Nketiah, but he's not started a game this season. Although he has scored more goals than any other Arsenal player this season. It's a shame that we can't see him starting in the league, especially with the amount of balls that are flying around in the box. That's what he does. Nketiah is a fox in the box. And right now, we need anything right now. Victor saying we are so predictable on the wings. We whip it in and the opponent will just crowd the box. Exactly, my friend. Exactly.
Tierney had a chance.
Rafa's saying, I don't get it. Arteta must realise this isn't working. That's a good question. Maybe he thinks it is working.
Good effort on his right foot by Tierney.
Yeah.
That could have been a
Hey,
goal.
Tony, we don't need effort.
Sorry?
We don't need effort.
You see, hey, Lacazette's complaining. Lacazette's like,
We
why
don't need
did
effort. We're past the effort stage.
they're like,
You're
why
in
did
the-
you give me
you're
the ball?
on the 18, we don't need effort. You're on the 18-yard line, that's a penalty spot. We don't need effort.
That's true, Bertram. Sentiment, good to see you, Sentiment. Sentiment saying, big up the panel, coming like a pirate radio station. Hey, listen, this is the real thing right here at 101, man. Yeah? This ain't drama for drama's sake. You know, there's certain things that happen in the fan base and maybe some other channels right here. It's real, bro. I'm too bad for you. I ain't seen you in a while, bro. Where you been, man? I hope you're doing well. I hope your family is healthy. And he's saying Vincey is 100% correct. Kuke saying our crowd is dead. Terrible home support. Well,
That's a header on target by Aubameyang.
Yeah.
That was a shot on target.
Yeah.
And who set up Tony?
Getting close.
Tony, who set up that chance for Tierney? Aubameyang.
So what? Aubameyang going to get more assists than goals?
Aubameyang.
No,
Hey, Bertram, tell Vincey who's created the most chances in Arsenal this season.
I had to tell you this, but it's not saying much. We only have 11 goals. It's not saying much.
That pretty much tells you all you need to know. Aubameyang is the most creative player.
Saka just missed another sitter. We're getting chances. Let's not complain about chances this game. We're getting clear-cut chances. It's not about chances and creativity. We're just not scoring.
Yeah.
They're on the training ground.
We're getting clear-cut chances. Chance after chance
I'm too bad for you, says Apollo blaming the fans for the kids. No, listen, the fans have their opinions. It's down to the manager. Everything you see on the pitch is down to the manager. And right now, it looks like that the managers lost the fans. I did have a poll up, but the poll was just really basically saying that the fans don't think that the board will sack the manager. Sentiment saying, I agree with Apollo. Under Emery, we were scoring as many goals as we were conceding, and we was trying to be expensive off handbrake off. Last 5 games resulting in us getting open up and losing. Very true. Fabrice, how are you, bro? Hope you're doing well.
Xhaka go off the field, man.
Take him off, man.
Xhaka needs to go off the field.
Hey, Quinton, with Xhaka.
Xhaka is not the problem today.
Hey, he's not the problem, but you're still playing with 10 men, my brother.
He's not the problem. Let's blame the real problem. Put the ball
straight to the opposition.
Put the ball in the net. You're getting chance on the 18-yard line. You're professionals. You're getting paid. This is not free. Put the ball in the goal. Let's not blame Xhaka. Xhaka is not in the 18. Saka is in the 18. William is in the 18. Abba is in the 18. Lacazette is in the 18. Tierney got in the 18. Put the ball in the goal. It's not rocket science.
This is just
at least William pull a foul. William pulled the foul. That's good. That's good.
This is just a training session, man.
That's what it is. A training session. Pull the trigger.
George.
That's good. That's good. Aubameyang is taking shots on goal. Aubameyang is taking shots on goal.
All those fans that went up there sitting in the cold and having to watch this.
Not me, bro. I'd rather be here with you lot.
Listen, in the first 10 minutes of the second half, we've already created twice as many chances as we had in the first half complete. So in the second half, we're peppering. It may look like a training ground, but you know what? We're creating. We are creating stuff.
Burnley pressing us again, guys.
Just to finish. No, we're good.
Oh my God! Oh, come on! Come on!
Shoot.
Shirts in the box, and nobody could smash the ball. Nobody.
So close. I feel it coming. It's coming.
Somebody got to smash that ball.
I hope it's not bad feeling you have, Tony. I hope you're not feeling sick.
Hey,
probably eat gutter mango. That's what you gotta eat, boy.
Listen, I'm just happy that you lot are smiling because last week we weren't smiling, so I'm just happy you lot are
Bertram
smiling.
is laughing at
There
us.
you go, bad man. Go on.
We're finding something to entertain
I'll tell you
ourselves.
why.
We're laughing at Arsenal.
Hey.
That's what's entertaining.
Oh, I'm going to tell you why Bertram is laughing at us because he's
Someone's
been
got to
saying
laugh.
for weeks that we need a goal. That's what he's been saying.
This is some Donald Trump shit. We're not laughing with you, we're laughing at you.
Go on,
Boy.
Oh, and by the way, Bertram, when you got the time, Bertram, when you got the time, go to my Facebook wall and see what I just posted today about Bill Gates and Trump.
I didn't laugh a shoot. Why didn't laugh
already, man?
Jesus.
Yes.
I didn't lack a shoot. Laka should have shot.
If you're gonna put that many balls into the box, then you need to put Eddie Nketiah on there, man.
Who want? Look at this. Look at this. Xhaka want to start a fight. What's this?
No, it's somebody starting with Xhaka. He made a bad tackle, but he's not. He wasn't the one who initiated it.
Wow.
It's typical Granite Xhaka. This is typical. Get off.
We don't want this. We don't
He's
want
going to end up getting a card. Oh,
Bertram,
Bertram,
Refe said you're not allowed to call out Saka.
Why, Rafe? Why am I not allowed? Is he
George
your son?
says,
Is he your son?
Willian is lost on an island and doesn't run into the box. Exactly. That's what that you watch Madison play, you watch Grealish, you watch Song from Spurs, you watch these other players, they run at you. They scare the living daylights out of you.
Oh, come on.
What's his name from Manchester City as well?
Oh, this is unbelievable.
You know what?
Yeah, that was a bad tackle by Shaka. It wasn't a good tackle.
Tony asked a pivotal question: who was our strikers? And Laka was running in, okay, and he just flicked the ball. He flicked the ball on the edge of the box when he could have just controlled it and shot.
This is a joke.
That's the foolishness. That's the foolishness we're dealing with.
So yeah, you know what it says is he's under pressure. He can't deal with pressure. He cannot.
Okay, so he's gonna get a red card if VAR sees that, right? Is he getting a red card for this?
Oh God, no! God. Bertram, this is no. Listen, VAR's taking a look at this. If this ends in a red card,
this is a red card, bro. I'm telling you now.
Because he puts his hand around.
He grabbed him by the throat. He grabbed him by the throat.
Who did?
Xhaka.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's a red card.
I saw that, but wasn't it instigated? Hold on.
No, you can't do that.
Can't do that. He can't do that.
Xhaka's done this intentionally, right? Xhaka wants to have a Christmas break, and this is why he's done it. No. You know, we've heard stories about footballers doing this, getting sent off, just so that they could be at home with the wife and the kids. That's what he's done.
He canceled the yellow. It's a straight red. He canceled the yellow. It's a straight red.
Oh man.
You know what? Arteta deserves that. He's an idiot.
Seriously.
He does. Yeah, I agree.
Because he shouldn't have started him. Yeah, good. Where's this?
Yeah, Bertram, I
idiot.
agree with you. Bertram, I agree with you.
Look, I am done with Xhaka. Xhaka needs to be sold. I'm done.
It's not Xhaka's not the problem. It's Arteta because he's the one.
Exactly. Xhaka didn't put himself on the field.
I'm going to say it once, guys. I'm going to say it once, guys. It's not the problem. Arteta is the person who put him on the pitch. It's Arteta.
Yeah,
let's make it fair. He has not done. He's not done.
Captain. Yeah, he's got to know how to behave.
He shouldn't be on the pitch.
But he's an ex-captain.
Yeah,
okay?
He shouldn't be on the pitch.
He has the opportunity to wear the shirt and represent in his position. You can't.
He has to be given blame. He has to be given blame.
So let me reword that for you. Yeah, let me reword that for you because you guys know how I feel about Xhaka. He's a disgraced ex-captain. That's what he is. That's why he's not the captain anymore. Yeah, and for me, I agree with Bertram. This serves Arteta's right. You know this guy is bad news. You know this guy has hurt the team more than he's helped the team. you know he has not done anything to justify playing
Jesus
today.
Christ.
Yeah, he has been bang awful.
Oh,
And what do you
Tony.
do? You played him against
Tony,
Spurs
no.
and you put him on there again today. Yeah,
How did they just score?
Xhaka is a disgrace, and he shouldn't be.
Anyways, well,
Okay, Lacazette is off. Tobias is on.
the referee did the job for us. The referee took him out.
No. Arteta did the job for us by putting him on the pitch. Yeah, Arteta did the job for us.
I think we play better with 10 anyway, because the formation that we play is foolish. We've got more space and we come together better when we're man down.
Exactly. You side with Leeds. with Leeds.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys,
we're gonna play this good. We're gonna play this good.
So guys, your team called Burnley, and you have only scored 5 goals in 11 games, and you have an opportunity now to play against 10 men for half an hour.
You know what, guys? This is gonna work in our favor. So I'm glad Xhaka decided to bench himself for 3 games. Hopefully somebody can come in and take his space, because our manager wasn't doing it because he's clueless.
Thank you.
He's clueless, and now Xhaka has benched himself. We can put somebody else in the spot, and hopefully they work out.
Exactly.
Because he's clueless.
And now
I guess that. Yeah,
that's not like a goal. Is that a goal, Tony?
No, I'm commending your comments.
Oh, okay. No, but he got schooled. He got somebody to show him that Xhaka has no purpose on the team. And if it takes 2-3 games for him to see it, then fine. I don't care.
Bro, I've been saying this for years. We have never made the Champions League with Xhaka and Mustafi in the team. And they have hurt every single manager who's walked through the door, and they will continue to hurt the team. And that's exactly what they're doing. And if you stamp your career on these guys, they are going to get you the sack. It's as simple as that. And how many times do I have to say this? You guys have heard me say this till you're blue in the face. You must be fed up of me saying it. But the fact of the matter is, it's true. These guys have ruined this team. They have. It's unbelievable. Where we were from Mertesacker and Coughlin as our spine to where we are now.
Yeah, I'm asking, why did we let go of? I was just about to ask you, why did we let go of Coughlin? I was just about to bring that to you.
Because
bad management. Bad management. Yeah, bad management.
He wasn't good enough.
He was one of the top defensive
midfielders.
He wasn't good enough. He wasn't good enough
in Europe. Yeah. And Bertram, you can have your own thoughts and you're allowed
He's
to.
not good enough.
But stats says otherwise.
Xhaka not good enough. Ceballos not good enough. Coughlin not good enough.
Come on.
They're not good enough.
Come on.
If you aspire for mid-table, of course they're great players.
Excuse me.
To win the league, they're not good enough.
Xhaka has been, in terms of giving the ball away, making mistakes, among the worst in the league. Coughlin was rated in the top 3 defensive midfielders in Europe, and you're saying he wasn't good enough.
All I can remember about
Coughlin. No, hold on a second. Because you know I always
him around and he's
you know I always talk facts.
That's all I can remember.
Well, let me remind you. Let me refresh your memory. Arsenal had the best defensive calendar record in the league. 20 goals we let in the whole season. Yeah. The second team next to us was 26, and I've put that number on my videos plenty times. So the facts goes against you. In fact, not only was he one of the most productive midfielders in Europe, but we had the best defense in the team.
It's a skill over.
Exactly. And since then, since we brought in Xhaka, we've been among the worst. And that is factual by the numbers, my friend.
The only thing good about Xhaka is the trigger foot. Is his trigger foot.
I agree.
That's the thing. Yeah. He got that long shot. He got a long shot. That's it. Nothing else.
He doesn't even have that. He doesn't even have that anymore.
So
because he doesn't get a chance to do it.
So my concern, as I said last season, was that we know who Xhaka is. Okay, we know who Aneni is.
Come on,
we know who Mustafi is. But players have played
across.
Players have yes, Tony.
Red.
Yeah, players have played better. But the problem, what we're looking at right now in this game, okay,
Xhaka driving this game, man.
Yeah, he's taken Lacazette off.
The goal still.
He's taken Lacazette off. He's put Ceballos on, and we're still going to be playing the same type of football, a man down. This is Arteta's football.
It looked like Burnley are playing with 8 men.
Yeah,
It's just not good.
And-
They're
and-
a bad team.
and
They're
our
a
manager
bad
has
team.
no interest.
They're
in
third from bottom
wanting
who
to take the game-
can't score. Yeah.
take the game to Burnley. You know, if you stop and you think the way how Smith Rowe plays as a midfielder, he will move the ball better and interact better than
Here we
Tobias
go. Here we go. Here we go. This
in
one-
his team.
Oh man.
He should be in his team now. He should be playing now.
Willian has got to open up this defense somehow.
Yeah, he needs to, because he's the one
He's
that's
getting a lot of the ball.
yes, yeah.
And doing nothing with it.
Exactly.
He has to drive into the box instead of just scoring. He has to force them to tackle him. Go for the dive, we get the penalty. 1-0 to the Arsenal.
Yeah. And who's going to drive in midfield? Smith Rowe.
Yeah.
He'll drive. You got to run at
I mean,
you got to run at him.
Yeah, no, you have to. You're absolutely right. I mean, I don't know if Smith Rowe is going to come on now just due to Granit Xhaka getting sent off, but
Hey, but who did he take off to put on Ceballos?
He took off
Lacazette.
Lacazette.
Look at the quality of the look at the balls. Look at the balls coming into the box.
Were you trying to score a goal and you take off Lacazette to put on Ceballos? Really?
Don't ask.
Trust me.
I gotta laugh at that one.
Sentiment
Like,
is
really,
saying El Nene and Ceballos, £10 says that's the next Premiership lineup with no injuries. Still no Maitland-Niles.
Oh,
Yeah. Arteta's doing everything he can to destroy his managerial career.
I can't believe that. I can't believe this is the time when you need an influential decision from the manager, and he takes off his striker to put on Ceballos. I don't get it. I don't get it.
No,
I
it
do.
makes sense.
I
It
do.
makes sense.
I would
It
do
makes
that.
sense.
Yeah.
First of all, the
would
worst
do
you
that.
can do
Anything but
is go
Lacazette.
rush to score and not defend your own goal. That's why he did it. He's trying to protect himself first, then think about scoring.
Yeah, but what you have to remember is you're down a midfielder. And midfield is where
Yeah,
you
he
can,
has to put him
yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
If you do the forward on there, who's gonna play that other midfielder?
No. Bertram.
Team anyway.
Look,
Yeah,
look at the bench.
Hey! Has anybody noticed that we're down a man?
No, because I've
we're down a man.
Tony,
I
I've
know
always
that.
said to you that we when we got him in the lineup, we got 10 men.
We're playing with 10 men.
Yeah, we're always, even when he's on the field. Look, he's on the field now. You just can't see what he's doing because he doesn't do anything for the
He
team.
doesn't. You're right.
Hey, Neomis, look, see him there?
Listen.
Hey, adopt it,
boy.
Let me say something. Tony, playing against Burnley, we are running the show. We have possession. Why do you need defense? You need possession. You need possession, not defense. So if you got possession, you play the possession game and you score a goal. You don't need a defensive midfielder.
Hey, Quentin, you don't know this is Arsenal. You're
You do not know that. You do not know that.
You play all the offense on there. They get one break, score, lock up shop. We lose, and we're like, well, Arteta was our coach. No, play the midfielder. Make sure you show up the defense first, then think about scoring. We can't score anyway.
Against
Laka can't score
Burnley.
anyway. Laka is also a ghost. Laka is also a ghost.
No,
Go on,
Bertram.
Watch your family and chance.
This is not
Watch your family and chance.
Jesus Christ.
It's not a regular team.
Nobody after today's game should complain about creativity.
Oh, no,
Nobody's
Tony-
talking about creativity. Or players can't
Tony,
score
Tony.
goals.
You got
Not
the coach.
creativity, they can't score.
Tony, talk to me.
The great ball from Gabriel. Lacazette one-on-one with the keeper, and he doesn't get enough height.
Hey, Tony, you know something, Tony? If he had composure, he put on his right foot and just play the ball in the goal. He has no composure.
Oh, Rob Holding, come on. Good.
Bertrand, do you mean what we saw Nketiah did when he stole the ball off a defender on Thursday and dinked it over the goalie?
No, Nketiah one was easier. It was easier.
Yeah, he did win the ball though, remember?
No, he did win the ball. That was all his goal. It was only his goal. It wasn't the one helping him. Abba had his left foot. His left foot is not his strong foot.
Yeah,
He should have
true.
put it on his right foot and just chipped it over the keeper.
Yeah.
Because he hit it flat. He didn't hit it with any You know, it didn't hit it.
He was
go over the
offside.
keeper.
He was offside though, Bertram. I
He
believe
was?
Yeah, he was.
Can anybody see our Facebook Messenger? African Gooner is going apeshit in the chat at the moment. Oh god, the African Gooner is losing his shit in the chat at the moment. The comments are going mad. Cricket Ball, really good to see you, bro. He says, bring ML Smith Rowe. Come on, something different. I've been calling for this for the last 3 weeks, man. Manager just ain't budging. Manager is playing himself out of a job. Manager's playing himself out of a job at the moment, guys. Kuke saying second half starts, Arteta's job and reputation is on the line.
Really? Really, Ref?
Sentiment is saying Apollo dog, no when for bark, and cat no when for meow. Duppy, no for frightened.
Ball. He didn't get the ball, Tony. That's why.
I think it's a smart move by Bellerin because he can't defend himself. So what he's going to do? Get beaten? He might as well just foul him and regroup.
Mad thing, man. Mad
Bellerin
thing.
should not be on the field. Xhaka and Bellerin should not be on the field.
Well, he misses the Southampton game with that yellow card.
Good.
So,
We need more. See, it's working out brilliantly. Both him, no Xhaka, no Bellerin. It's working out great.
Yep.
I think Bertram,
The next game will win.
on that basis, we might have to just start with 8 because
he almost scored a while ago.
We
He almost did a brilliant header.
Hey, Vincey, we always do start with 8.
Bertram, what you just said? What you said, Bertram?
Bellerin almost scored a brilliant header. Not for us though.
So hold on. So we keep saying that Xhaka and Bellerin should be benched, and isn't it wonderful how the moons align? Isn't it wonderful? We call it the laws of averages, don't we, Bertram?
Yeah.
Hey, Vincey.
And then he just do. And then he just
At some point when you pray, this shit just aligns itself, and the eclipse and the moons just
Isn't that
align.
a penalty?
That's what.
Isn't that a penalty?
Wow.
Then he pretend like he's hurt.
Oh my God, El Nene, what were you thinking?
Bertram, what's going on? Penalty.
El Nene.
Oh, it's a dive. It's a dive. It's a penalty, and it's a red. Oh my God, they're trying to get Arteta sacked. No, that's what it is. They're trying to get him sacked.
I can't take this no more,
Tony,
bro.
That's violent conduct. That's a red card.
Tony, just letting you know, the other game, the Dolphins game, is getting heated, man. You want to watch that?
37
Can we switch
bro.
over?
Yeah.
Oh
You're coming back. Coming back.
All right, guys, listen, let's stay on topic. What is going on?
1-0
Nene
down.
Red Dick.
Okay? That's what we need to know.
What the hell?
Okay, you were saying Bertram put on the defensive midfielder to do what?
Huh?
To invite pressure upon yourself?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Goodbye, Arteta.
Yeah, this could be it, guys.
Serious questions need to be asked.
This could be it, guys.
2 red cards in the game.
Scored!
Yeah.
Abba finally scored.
Was it an own goal?
Abba finally scored.
What's going on? We're talking about a penalty to Burnley, and you're saying Abba scored. What's going on?
Yeah, he has. He scored an own goal.
Oh,
An
no.
own goal. Yeah.
Abba finally scored. Abba, they can't say you don't score, Abba. They cannot say you don't score. They cannot say you anymore. You have
This is the worst game ever.
I'm happy.
Abba, you finally scored, Abba. You finally scored.
I'm
Ladies and gentlemen,
You closed your eyes.
get sent off.
Sorry. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
now he decides to bring on Maitland-Niles in the 73rd minute.
Look at this. And instantly he has input on the game. Instantly.
This is why Arteta needs to be questioned, because he will get the sack.
Honey, I think it's too late for that now. I think it's too late to question. He should have been questioned weeks ago. What he hasn't done is he hasn't made the adjustments to improve this team. I'm a big.
But you
I'm
just
He
said
doesn't know
you
what he's
just
doing.
argued
Sorry.
with us to say
He
that
doesn't
this
know
is a
what he's
better
doing.
team. This team has improved.
Doesn't know what he's
apparently.
doing.
You know, this is the
Apparently
worst
this
start
team
since
has improved, Apollo.
1981-82.
No,
Remember
Apollo
that.
saying Arteta. No, Apollo says that it's. I listen to Apollo. Is very well thought of in terms of assessing these things. Apollo said this is a better team. No, this is not a better team. That's one. He also seemed to infer that Arteta is a very good manager, very good manager. I'm just
I
going by
know
what
this,
I've heard. Apollo. No, he's on the hot seat.
I know
That's what I
that.
said.
Huh?
That's what.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said
That's what
Arteta is
Bertrand been
a very
waiting
good.
for.
Yeah, I
Bertrand
said
been waiting to jam it on you guys.
no,
Arteta
because
is
look,
clueless.
if you said it, you've got to own up to it. And I've said
Clueless.
Arteta's a very
Clueless.
good manager. He showed me that in the
Clueless.
back end of last season.
No. He ain't showing a damn thing
We
except
have
with a cup.
currently said that
What a cup. He doesn't know what. He
he's
doesn't know what
getting
the
it
hell he's
all
doing.
wrong.
He don't know
Monday's
diddly.
video, which Bertrand wasn't a part of Monday's video,
God,
but
look at that crap. Look at that crap.
about
Oh
what
my
Arteta has got wrong, and he's got a lot wrong, and he's going the other way, and you can't
spinning
defend
in
him.
the box. Burnley spinning in the box on us, man.
Can't
Jeez,
defend him.
no. Tell me that. Don't tell me that.
This is the
It's
worst
embarrassing.
case
This is
scenario, guys.
embarrassing.
You
This
know,
is the
Apollo,
worst case
start
scenario.
Since 1981-82. Yeah.
I am officially Arteta out.
It's
And
the
I'm
card.
Arteta out not only because of the results, but because of the decisions that he has made. I've seen enough. He needs to
Yeah.
go. He needs to go. He needs to go.
Absolute.
And don't wait till January either. He needs to go after this game. He needs to go after this game.
Yeah, you know what?
It's not being reactive. It's not being impromptu. I've seen enough to say he has no idea what he's doing.
He's lost it right now. He's completely lost it. He's completely lost it. He's completely lost it. And you know,
it's not now he lost it, you know. It's not just now he's lost it.
Yeah, but that was the purpose of our video on Monday, was that we were talking about the things that he had got wrong, but you still got to. Oh, what's this? What's this with Maitland-Niles? Yeah, the purpose was he lost it 3 weeks ago when and since then he hasn't changed it. And right now you're looking for a reaction. And quite frankly, the team sheet says everything you need to know.
No, we got a reaction today. Look, this is not about that. We got chances today. We should score 3 or 4 goals. That's without doubt. Blame the forward for not scoring the goals.
Bertram, you're gonna laugh at me. You're gonna laugh at me.
But Shaka should not be in the field. Bellerin should not be in the field. Williams should not be in the field. Regardless of how well we've done, they should not be playing.
Yeah, Lacazette, you've got an informed striker in Nketiah, and you ain't played him today. And you're begging for goals. Your leading goal scorer hasn't started for you once in the Premier League. All these things, regardless how we feel about the players, it's a change from what's going on now. Right now, there's no change. So it's the same thing we're getting served up each week. And we all know this because we've talked about it on the podcast. So if not, hey, Ebony,
yeah,
say it with me. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Yeah? Simple as that.
Serious questions. I keep saying it and I'll say it again. Serious questions.
He cannot stay in his job. I'm sorry, he cannot stay in his job. I don't care what they want to talk about, what the board says, then the fans should pressure the board. He cannot stay in his job. He needs to go.
But who would you get, though? Who's available?
Get my grandmother. She can do a better job. I don't care who you get.
Don't say that, you know.
Clueless.
Don't say that. It could come back and bite you.
Look, I could do a better job than Arteta. I have no doubt in my mind.
That. Not anyone.
He's clueless. He's clueless.
I mean,
well, guys, look.
I could talk about 2 games today that I was impressed with. The Southampton game and the Leicester game. These guys are scoring goals like nothing. And Arsenal can't even score 1 goal.
I couldn't score in a brothel. So, you know.
We're losing to Burnley. They scored 5 goals all season, and we're losing to them. We can't score.
Christmas is so early. You know what we're like. We're the Santa that keeps giving.
Yes, sir. That's what we are.
What the heck is that?
Keeps on giving.
Well, guys, quite frankly, Where am I going to go with this? Let me just think for a second. All right. Okay. So managerial replacements right now. You're looking at Pochettino.
I'll take him.
You're looking at Allegri. You're looking at Leonardo. You're looking at Sarri. You're looking at Laurent Blanc. You're probably looking at Marcelino. I wouldn't look at him, to be honest. Or bring back Arsene Wenger and let him manage the rest of the season.
That's exactly what's probably going to happen.
Leave Arsene Wenger. Okay, the man enjoys his time.
The board has no choice but to fire him.
Leave him man alone. Leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
So,
The board has no choice but to fire him.
So,
Trust me.
guys in the chat, if Arteta got sacked in the morning, who would you choose as the next Arsenal manager? Allegri, Pochettino. We're not going to talk about Patrick Vieira, and we're not going to talk about Thierry Henry, and we're not going to talk about Lundberg, and we're not going to talk about Bergkamp. This thing needs a magician.
I have someone.
Rafa Benitez.
No, I have the perfect person.
Thomas Tuchel.
Come on, Saka.
Is Thomas Tuchel out of a job? He isn't, is he? No, he is. It might just be Allegri.
Did he get sacked at PSG?
Yeah.
Bertram, who's the guy? Who's the guy, Bertram?
We are in a relegation battle. We need
Sam Allardyce. Oh my God!
What was that?
Yes. Big Sam. That would be the funniest thing ever.
Oh my God! Okay, guys, if we got Sam Allardyce in, I would officially close this channel down.
Big Sam,
listen.
Arsenal manager.
Guys, if Sam Allardyce took over Arsenal, I would close this channel down, and I would officially move to Malibu with my wife and done this shit. Ban Arsenal.
No,
if Sam Allardyce became manager,
You just subbing on Nketiah.
I'll become officially bisexual. Okay.
That's how I'd
be like,
I tell you where I am.
Ebony's going to be bisexual, and Connor's moving to Malibu because there's a realistic possibility that could happen.
What is on me, boy? What is on me, just here?
Sam Allardyce? Any backside going on here, man? No.
All right, guys, I can smell a poll coming on 101, so let me just let me throw right now.
Arsenal.
Andrew saying, what will Ebony do if Allardyce takes over? Oh man,
Allardyce.
The African Gooner just said,
score a goal, Nketiah. I believe you're the best forward in the league.
No, please don't score, Nketiah. Don't score. No, don't score, Eddie. Eddie, dial this one in, bro.
Eddie, if you score today, you guarantee to start next week.
No, don't. He should.
You and I both know it's gonna happen.
No, he should have started already. So don't look at the boy now. It's too late.
No, it's never too late. Never too late.
No, it is. You know why?
No, but honestly, I don't want to hear. If he scores, I don't want to hear.
You know what? I didn't want him to come on the pitch. This is the third time.
No praise.
This is the third time that they put Nketiah on the pitch with 8 minutes to go. What do you want him to do? He should have started this game. They should have left him on the bench. I feel sorry for the guy. Yeah, because I've been supporting him for so long, and now you lot want him to save your butt? No way. Die, man. Burn it up. Burn it up.
Not gonna happen.
Follow you too bad, mind boy.
Yeah, sometimes.
Hey, Bertrand.
Guys, sometimes when things are really bad, there's a bright light.
Hey, Bertrand.
Coming up for 3 games is radiating. It's a great light.
If I was Eddie and Arteta turned around to me and said, 8 minutes to go, you're on, son. If I was Eddie, I would have been like, no, I'm good, boss. I'm good.
I can't make me, man. My leg, my back, my leg and my back. I can't
boss.
play, man. My back.
Hey, boss, I'm your top scorer, and you didn't even start me in this game, and you got 2 goals in the last 7 games. So I'm good. I'm going to stay here, let you get your medicine, and the new boss who comes in, he's going to start me because I'm your leading goal scorer.
I am just glad that Abba got back his scoring boots or his scoring head. I'm just glad he's back on the score sheet. You have to be helping going forward.
Oh, good.
Come on.
I'm going to put this
guys. Why does Tierney feel like he could just shove the ball forward and burst ahead of these guys?
Tierney has 1 beat.
He can't do that.
I go right. He doesn't have any skill.
He doesn't have any acceleration. That's what I'm saying.
But he has no skill. He has no skill.
Every time from the start of the game, he did that. Knock the ball forward into space and can't reach it. Can't reach it.
Oh, guys, by the way, we're at home. I think we need to tell them that we have given up our home ground. They're confusing us. This cannot be home.
Scored again, Tom.
Yeah, I just see it. Nice.
We got
Get in there. Neomis,
I'm
doing this.
Right, I'm putting it on now. Okay, guys, I'm just on the Arsenal forum, on the 101 forum. So I'm just going to put down, if Arteta gets sacked, who do you want as a replacement? Allegri is the first name.
Oh! Woo! That was a shot from Saka.
It was, wasn't it?
Shot from Saka. My God.
Did it go in?
No, it didn't go in. No.
Right,
it didn't.
But
As far as I don't care about shots.
I don't care.
Hey guys, word of warning. Don't wake me up unless the ball goes in the back of the net.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. It's all right. That was a good shot.
You're getting paid to come close.
Yeah. No more. We giving them points for effort.
Okay, so let me just find out. Okay, guys, right. So Max Allegri is gone up there first. Thomas Tuchel's at PSG, so why would we even go for him?
Yeah, he can't move. What are you talking about? Take him off your list.
Yeah. I mean that's you're talking about compensation there.
He can't move. They're in the Champions League.
Guys, is Rafael Benitez at home sitting up with his feet on?
No, he's got something.
He's in China.
Is he? He's in China. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so bun him, take him off the list. Diego Simone, he's in a job as well.
Yeah.
Right. Pochettino. Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I don't think Pochettino would choose us. It's just that he's available.
Yeah, he's not gonna come to us. He's too.
Hey! Listen. I don't think you guys know how important this Spurs Arsenal rivalry is, man. If you give him a chance to burn Spurs by developing an Arsenal team,
Apollo, you ain't see the triangles. Now that these guys on the triangles.
Yeah. Well done to Rafa. Rafa has said that Tuchel's contract expires at the end of the season, so. There you go. So I am going to put his name down.
For Aubameyang, and he fluffed it.
Flipping hell. And Nketiah was running in the box as well.
Oh, what are you doing, Tierney?
He's enjoying that 350 too much. Way too much.
At least he scored today, though.
Yes, he did score.
Yeah, for the wrong team.
No, he did score. We can't blame him for not scoring.
What did I say?
And it was a brilliant header too. It was a brilliant header.
What did I say? He was offside.
That's the best goal he scored this season.
And you know why it was brilliant? Because as soon as he headed it, he was looking at the goal to score. He looking at the goal to see like it was going in.
Arsenal are a mess, like a complete and utter mess. And let me remind you guys that we have.
And mad is beyond me. I mean, it's criminal.
Guys, let me remind you that we haven't done a player ratings in 3 weeks.
Are we going to do one today?
I'm not sure YouTube will allow it.
You lot can do one. These guys, bond them all. I told you 3 weeks ago to bond them. Yeah?
They're all getting ones.
All of them. Every single one.
Except for Xhaka, who gets a -30.
Move it!
Gets a -100. That's how shit he is.
Oh, bad ball.
Non-existent. He's
Play that
non-existent,
into the
Ebony.
keeper's hands.
I am not upset about today's loss because it's a game. It's a season-changing game. Season-changing game for the better. Trust
You
me.
sure? You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
No doubt in my mind.
Who we got? Who we got next?
I don't care anymore.
Who's got next?
Southampton.
Yeah, we're gonna lose.
It's
That.
another
We're not
loss.
gonna
It's
win
another
that.
loss.
Oh my God, no.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, guys, you're not coming up to me with any names, so I'm gonna put some shit on there.
We've
Yeah.
got 5 minutes left.
Eddie Howe, Sam Allardyce.
No, let's be serious. They're not gonna do that.
No.
Right, I put-
No. Those are the serious ones because those
Guys,
are realistic
come on,
ones
guys.
that we can get.
Okay,
Boys,
so
come on.
so listen,
Eddie
guys.
Howe is out of the
I've
question.
got. Oh, where's Pochettino?
Anybody
What about
want to bet we're going to
What
score in
about
5
Vieira?
minutes?
The board would want Vieira.
Right, guys, I've got 5 names here: Pochettino, Sarri, Roberto Martinez, who's the manager of Belgium, Thomas Tuchel, who's free at the end of the season, and Allegri. So we haven't put Arsene Wenger in there. So you guys happy with those 5 choices?
I think Wenger should be in there because I think realistic he is a
So
choice.
who do we take out then? Roberto Martinez. Do we take him out?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Let's put in Arsene Wenger.
Is in a team, any?
Yeah,
Any
Who?
in Turkey
Belgium.
or somewhere?
Belgium, yeah, he's the manager of Belgium, but he's in his last year, so he can walk from that job. It's minimal compensation for Roberto Martinez.
Nketiah. What's that foul?
Hey, Tony, I just texted Nketiah and told him to dial this one in. So don't look at the boy to rescue this team right now. They should have started him at the beginning of the game. Bun Arsenal right now. You get what you deserve in this world, man. You don't put nothing in, you don't get nothing out. And the team sheet was just a slap in the face for Arsenal fans. Absolute slap in the face.
Must be. Oh, Jesus.
You lose to
Christ.
Burnley. You lose to Villa. You got bombarded by. There is no upside for Arteta.
Okay,
None.
guys, I've changed the Arsene Wenger. I've said Arsene Wenger, then Thomas Tuchel, who's on the free at the end of the season. So Wenger would just manage this team to the end of the season. Yeah, I've changed it that way. So
I'm Wenger. Hell no. This bunch of ragtag, no good. Heck no.
Well, guys, what about adding Marco Rose? Or Marco Rose.
Who's Marco Royce?
Marco Rose, man, is one of the best upcoming managers. Dortmund, he's Borussia Dortmund's manager.
So what about the? Is it Ningelman?
Player.
Is it Ningelman? There's another
Oh,
one.
hold on.
I was going to say Marco Royce is a player.
Yeah.
No, Marco Rose.
Isn't it Ningelman? Who's that? Who's that?
Julian Nagelsmann.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, hold on. Oh no, guys,
Finally,
we've just lost Marco Rose. He's just signed today with Borussia Dortmund to be their next manager.
And the game ain't done yet, man.
That guy got the sack.
He is one of they're talking about him in Germany being another club.
Two
2.5
minutes, Tony. 4th and 1.
Yeah, big shout out to Liam. Liam saying, "How's it going, Apollo? Did Arsenal look like they're about to lose another manager, my friend? They look like they're about to get done." Yeah, listen, Arsene Wenger looks like he might take over and take this team to the end of the season, and then someone's gonna have to manage over.
We lost to Burnley
Christ,
at
man,
home.
what's wrong with you?
Yeah, this is
We
ridiculous.
lost to Burnley
This is
at
ridiculous.
home.
Yeah, this
I
is
repeat.
ridiculous. This is bad, Liam. This is bad. Killer Beezy, what's going on, bro? There's my son in the house. Can't be. I just talked to him before the game and said today can't be worse than what's happened previous weeks. Yes, it has, and I'm on the ting right now, so you can see me drinking the strong stuff.
Team lack discipline, creativity. They lack everything.
Yeah,
Well,
Liam, cheers.
in the
Thanks for
last
dipping in and
5
saying hello,
minutes,
Liam.
gotta go.
This guy put a mask up over his eyes.
Can you blame him? Can you blame him?
It's just. You know what makes me laugh in this performance? You can put 8-9 guys in the box, which I just counted 9 guys in the box right there, when Tierney crossed that ball in. Here we go. Right, so yes, so the ball comes into Tierney. There's 8 guys in the box. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many guys you get in the box, you ain't going to score. Apollo, Sentiment says, Apollo, you have to ask yourself which manager would leave their good project to join this shit show.
Exactly.
Precisely.
Well, look,
I agree.
I'm going to hit it to you like this. A lot of managers, including Pochettino, would do it because regardless of where the team is, next summer, you're going to free up a whole heap of money. The team's going to have millions and millions to spend. New contracts from Adidas and the Emirates coming in 2022. And we have a board that with Josh Kroenke here in charge, he wants the win.
Why?
Yeah,
Why, Leno? Why?
You don't want with Josh?
Oh, for crying out loud. Leno,
Yeah, cheers, Liam. I appreciate that, man.
Corner. Come on, quick.
Nice
quick,
one, bro.
Game over?
Not yet.
There, this team is dead food right now, guys. Let me
You've got to get that ball in real quick.
So I am going to
Up
put
for the corner.
Roberto
Last
Martinez.
game. 20
Yeah,
seconds over.
I'm going to put Roberto Martinez in there. Right, the poll is up on the YouTube channel.
Oh, you have got time. Put the ball in the blasted box.
Game is
It's over. It's over.
Game's done,
It's
bro.
over.
This
Get
team
it,
is
it's over.
done. Stick a fork in them. They're done.
What the hell was you doing there?
So
Look at Arteta's face. Look at Arteta's face.
yeah, this is officially one of the worst Arsenal teams that I've seen in many, many years. Just they've lost. The manager's lost them. And what makes it worse is he's lost the kids because the kids have done all of that work on a Thursday and you ain't even Smith Rowe's not even put a foot on the pitch. Maitland. Yeah.
Apollo, you have to start again on this
How
thing.
much losses is that now?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with this, Neil Miss. I'm done with this, man.
Was it
I'm done with this.
7 losses?
Whatever they
8?
whatever they get, yeah, whatever they get, players or the manager, whatever they get, they deserve. Yeah. That's it. It's over, guys.
Listen, I'm not buying any more merchandise until I see better.
Yeah.
4
If you-
defeats in a row at home.
If you look at Arteta's face, like he knows it's the beginning of the end. He knows that was just the worst ever.
Yeah.
Who wants
Dejected.
merchandise?
How much you want for that? I give you 2 mangoes for that blue shirt, boy.
Anyone need the link?
Hey,
Oh
I don't think we have ratings today, man. We doing
2
ratings today.
mangoes for that blue shirt, boy.
I don't think we're doing
Yeah,
ratings.
that one, man.
Right, Apollo?
What's that?
I don't think we're doing ratings today, right?
No, I'm not doing ratings, man. They're not worth it, mate.
Boy.
They're not worth it. I didn't even see Bertram go. Bertram just hit
Can
the
you
road,
blame
man.
him?
As soon
Not
as
really.
it was over, Bertram switched off, clapped, and that was it. I don't blame him one bit.
Man.
Because you know why, guys? Listen, guys, we put so much into this team. We put our money, our heart, and our soul into this team. And look at what they've given us back. Look at the performance today. It's embarrassing. So why would it's embarrassing?
That's a good effort
Let's
by
have a
the
look at the
Dolphins.
table.
3 interceptions today, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're 15th.
Don't worry, man.
Yeah. Hey,
Representing.
listen, but Burnley's catching us. You know, funny, we were talking about how many teams we can actually beat. And Sheffield and Burnley, those are the few teams that came up. Guys, we can't even beat Burnley. It's embarrassing.
We are in a relegation fight. We need Sam Allardyce right now. I'm
No.
telling you.
I'm not even entertaining Sam Allardyce, man.
Apollo, this is going to get worse. Fulham got
Really
points
intense.
today. Like, they are
Allardyce.
catching up on us.
Sam Allardyce comes in, I will stop supporting the club.
Oh my God.
Apollo, the table is shaping. We've got a -5 goal difference. The teams below us are the only teams that have a worse goal difference than us. We look like a 15th place side now.
I can't.
And in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, you've got Man City
Oh,
on the 22nd of December.
well, listen. Let Arteta call Pep and say, listen, don't give us too much of a beating. Like, you know, my job is on the line. Like, just go easy.
Tony, what are you going to say, bro?
So, buddy?
What are you going to say?
Now I'm back to the Dolphins, man. I was hoping that we could have got that last minute stoppage, but they just got a field goal, so that takes them to 33.
Yeah.
The thing is, got 3 interceptions. Mahomes has had 2 all seasons.
Yeah, they played well.
So, guys,
go back to Arsenal. I think the big question is, okay, that what are the board prepared to accept this season from Arteta? Because he's doing the same and Arteta's not changing. And if the board are happy with this, yeah, it's going to be a serious season of relegation football. Because we know revenue-wise, we're not going to get revenue coming in.
6 red card. So we at the top of the red cards list.
Right. So it's really what does the board want? Because fans ain't happy with this foolishness.
What would you guys do if we got relegated? Just out of interest.
I'd stop watching the game.
I don't have a problem. Seriously, if we were to get relegated with the right manager coming back up, yeah, with the right board mindset, I ain't got a problem.
No, Vincey, stop it.
I'm serious. No, the reason why I say this, you know me.
Hold on, let him talk. Let him talk.
The reason why I say it, because right now we're in the Premiership and we haven't got no idea what we're doing.
True.
No idea from top to bottom. So it may force us, in the worst case, to get relegated, to get our mindset to do the right thing. I'd hate for us to get relegated, but I see no direction from the top. So even if we got Allegri in, I fear Allegri won't get what he needs, the backing and the structure within the club to push us forward. You're in a shambles.
Well, if we get relegated,
which we will,
first thing I'm going to do is have a drink and laugh at those privileged fans that I keep talking about over the years. Because when I've been telling you guys that for the last 10 years, I've been hearing you guys say we're a failure.
Dropped it.
Yeah?
Dropped it.
I've been hearing some Arsenal fans say we're a failure. We failed. Yeah. Winning the FA Cup means nothing. Winning a major honor like the FA Cup is meaningless and means nothing. And papers. You guys
That's not the point,
have
Apollo.
lost. Listen, I've told you guys for years. Some of these Arsenal fans don't know what failure looks like. And it's going to get to the point where you guys are going to know what true failure looks like. And you're nearly there. But if we get relegated,
That's interference.
I'm going to tip a drink to you. I'm going to tip my hat to you. Those guys who think that Arsenal previously have failed and that Arsenal winning like things like the FA Cup is meaningless. Because when you have truly failed, as this guy called Ian, big shout out to you. Ian says, hi guys, I'm a Darlington FC fan. We were made bankrupt in 2011, reformed in 2012 and had 3 promotions and are currently a fan-owned National League, North Club. We were demoted 4 leagues, yeah? He said it puts things into perspective for you when we hit rock bottom and we had nothing where we were made bankrupt in 2011. This is my problem with a section of Arsenal fans that keep expecting us to, for years it was, we're going to win the league, and when we had teams that were nowhere near good enough, you yourself set expectations that were not achievable. Even with Emery winning the league, we've got our Arsenal back and all this stuff. I've said for years, you guys don't know what failure looks like. And if we got relegated, I would tip my hat to those Arsenal fans. Because unless you have truly seen failure, you cannot say your team has failed. Yeah? I have supported teams like the Utah Jazz that have never, ever, ever won a championship. Yeah. And although 98% of the population of Utah is white, I was talking to an American friend last week that was like, Apollo, how comes you're a Jazz fan? Well, that's because our family in New Orleans and the Jazz used to play in New Orleans. That's where they got their nickname. They didn't get their nickname Jazz from being in Utah. They got it from being in New Orleans. So I don't give up on my teams. I stay up till 4 a.m. every night and watch the Utah Jazz play basketball. They've never won a championship. They were a mediocre team for many years. But I never quit on that team. My Redskins team hasn't won a title since 1992. Since then, yeah, in 28 years, we've made the playoff 3 times and won just 1 playoff game. But what do? I come back every week and I support my team and I watch my team. That is a fan. So when I hear some of you guys saying, I'll quit and we get reelected, guys, I'll say it again. It's privilege and snobbery at its best. Let me go around the clock.
So I have to cut in this soliloquy.
All right, so listen, so let's start with Bertram. We're going to go around the clock, but we're going to start with Bertram. Bertram, what's your thoughts on the game?
So before we go to the game, ladies and gentlemen and kids out there, do not follow Apollo's lead. Mediocrity is not something you should aspire to in life, and you should try your best to go with those who see an upward trajectory. Do not Redskin.
Are you talking about being a glory hunter?
No, it's my time. It's my time. You're your time.
Yeah, go on.
There is a theme there, ladies and gentlemen. Don't follow it, please. Follow me. I have the Giants and the Knicks. They're losing. I'm done. Bye. See you next year.
Yeah, that's that's a terrible plan.
It's my time, Apollo. Can I please speak?
Yeah, of course you can.
We don't have time for mediocrity and incompetence. Let me say this. I am happy about today's game. In every bad situation, you should always look for where the silver lining. I don't drink, so I have no liquor. I have my water here. It tastes really good. Jaka, thank you. You couldn't have done a better thing. Now, hopefully, Maitland-Niles or Sebastian, somebody take your slot and you move on, because the only person can see that you're not contributing to the team is Arteta. I don't know if he cheated and you found out. I don't know what it is that you did. But somehow he can't see that you are just not of the right quality. Bellerin, please go model. You're a model. You're not here anymore. You used to be a footballer before you injured yourself and you had ACL. You're a model. Please go model. They're beautiful. We have vaccine now to go back out into society. Go model. We can't use it anymore. Who else? William. You know what? Take that $220 per week and do something well with it. Go open a business, a restaurant, and retire or something, because I don't know what the heck you're doing out there. You haven't contributed since the Fulham game. We are 12 games in. William, I supported you when you joined. I have to abandon you. You're like my Knicks. You're like my Knicks and my Giants. I got to abandon you with it.
I'm just looking. You're getting a lot of hate for the Knicks thing, man.
Yeah, I can't support you anymore, William. But I'll say this: Willock, Smith Rowe,
the trade-off,
and Ketia. You all have the opportunities to contribute. Please take a chance when you get it. Please do not disappoint us. Please take a chance. We don't have to win every game. We just want to be competitive. Today's game, it's not about creativity, guys. I can understand the midfield is not creative, but if I look at Spurs, their midfield is not creative either. If I look at Liverpool, their midfield is not creative. Their up-front players are creative. Son is creative. Kane is creative. Salah is creative. Man is creative. Firmino are creative. Our Aubameyang, Lacazette, William, they've heard about creativity, but they didn't look it up in the thesaurus. They forgot to look it up because they haven't exhibited it. So at the end of the day, what we have to do is say, you know what? Play some of these kids, like man, who came in today and looked decent, even though it was a latter part of the game. We had goals today. Lacazette had at least 3 chances. Aubameyang had 2 chances. The first one was left foot. Saka had a couple chances. Tierney had a chance. You can count the chances we had today when you put them away. So there is hope, even though Burnley is really atrocious. They just, even with 10 men, we still had more possession than they did. but it's a long season. I've seen where Mourinho got fired, but after almost same number of games, they were 14th place in the league. He got fired. More recently, Pochettino got fired. Similar situation with Spurs. So Arteta, we thank you for the service. You were a good servant with your player, but you gotta go.
So, guys, as you can see, and a few guys not following Bertram's advice there. They're just like Bertram's quit on his teams. Victor, though, agrees with Bertram. Victor's like, that's you, Apollo. We want results. Victor, are you getting them? Are you getting the results? Again, Victor, my word is expectations. I didn't think that this team was good. After the Villa game, that's when I said, I'm done with these players. They're not getting it done for you. You need to put the kids in. He didn't. And he's done the same things over and over again. Sandy has just said, Arteta is the epitome of madness, picking the same dead players and expecting different results. Well, you know what, Sandy? A lot of fans didn't want to see the kids. They would have preferred to see the deadbeat players come back, and that's what we got. So all those players who didn't support dropping the veterans and putting these young kids in, well, you know, welcome. This is, as Morpheus said in The Matrix, you've swallowed the red pill. Yeah? Welcome to reality. Because as we keep saying, if nothing changes, nothing changes. These veterans, because you haven't dropped them, they have felt that, well, we're not doing anything wrong. So let's go back the next week and do the same thing. And that's exactly what they've been doing. Game after day, game after game, game after game. Leeds, we've seen it against Wolves, we saw it at Tottenham, and we've seen it at Burnley. That's 4 games after you lost 3-0 at home to Villa. Yeah? So while people are saying, oh, this is it now, this wasn't this was it. A month ago when we lost to Villa, that's when the warning signs were there, and you didn't change it. And as far as I'm concerned, I find it very difficult to support Arteta, and I'm Arteta's biggest fan. I want to know what the board thinks, because it's not my say whether a manager stays or goes. Yeah, I think this one is down to the board and Edu, because I don't know what they've been doing with Arteta. I don't know what their plans are. I don't know what's going on. But Monday's video was about the 9 reasons that I thought that Arteta has failed. Yeah, and those 9 reasons. Have I still got them up here? Have I still got the 9 reasons? I don't think I have. But it had to do with so many different things. Torreira, Guendouzi, Ozil, Saliba. God, we can go on. It had to do with, why he's not playing the kids. Look, that was from Monday's video. So if you missed it, go and watch the video. But the fact of the matter is, if you keep doing the same things over and over again with the same tried and tested failed players who got Emery sacked, they didn't give Ljungberg a job. Ljungberg had a chance. He was told last Christmas, if you get this thing working, it's your gig. That's what they told. They said to Ljungberg, we'll give you the keys, make it happen, and you can see this out to the end of the year. And if you're successful, we can talk about a contract. It worked for Solskjaer, didn't it? Ljungberg couldn't hack it for more than 3 or 4 games. So they let him down as well. And they let down Arsene Wenger. And unfortunately, this is a trend that has been going on for such a long time now. And unfortunately, these players, he's lost them. I don't know whether you would call today maximum effort. They looked like they were trying, but they just were devoid of any direction, any clue, any plan, any tactics. Completely different to what we saw from Arteta on the back end of last year. This is the Jekyll and Hyde. This isn't even remotely close to what we saw. And that's what disappoints me the most. The fact that Arteta hasn't said, why don't we do that? Why don't we do what we did and attack teams and work our socks off and give 110% and walk off the pitch with our tongue hanging out of our mouths? We're not seeing that. We're not attacking teams. We're not dominating teams. And the players that were doing that, let's talk about them. The players like Maitland-Niles, yeah? Nketiah in some of those games that we dominated was playing up front and rushing teams playing out the back into mistakes. Hemi Martinez was our goalkeeper. I went on record and said I thought he was the best goalkeeper in the league. Yeah, you changed that. You were the ones that said Ozil and Guendouzi have a clean slate. And then at the second minute, you got rid of them both. You did that. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you can make up for all the other stuff that goes wrong, but these are the things that you have to own. And right now it's coming back to bite you in the butt. And, if you do get another job as a manager, or if you do get another gig, you're going to have to learn from this process, because there's a lot of things that you've got run which led to the downfall of this team. Not having Torreira, not having Guendouzi, not having Ozil in our midfield has literally killed this team. Vincey.
I have been concerned from the West Ham game. I've been concerned because what I look for in football, I look for the manager to be fluid and flexible in his selections and how the teams play, leadership, intelligence on the ball, and application and clinical finishing. And what I'm seeing today, what I saw today, okay, we're playing a team who, okay, it is a relegation 6-pointer, but the fact of the matter is we should be facing this game at home with positivity. So when I'm looking and seeing the way how we're playing, how we're moving the ball, the lack of cohesive triangles to try and move forward from how we played attackingly from the Spurs game, I have serious concerns about Arteta's ability in coaching and setting up the team right for each from week to week. Now, the situation where we are now is this is a club issue. This is not just an Arteta issue. I've said it many times. This is a club issue from the top. Okay, we got rid of Emery. Okay, and we brought in Arteta. All right. What focus does our board want Arteta to instill within the team? Because right now I have no idea of what our class of football is. We've spent a lot of money. We've spent a lot of money and we've got talent in. We've got Gabriel, okay? We've got Mare in. We've got Suarez. We've got Saliba. We've gone out and paid money for Willian. And our identity in football has gone backwards. Okay? So for all the plaudits that's been put in Arteta's way, our football IQ in application is shocking.
Yeah,
okay,
I agree.
And that is a concern for me as a fan, and it should be a concern from the board down. Because if they get rid of Arteta, so for instance, they get rid of Arteta, you're going to bring in another manager. What are you going to instill and say, this is our identity? That's the problem. We had no leadership today on the pitch. If you think about, we're playing a team that struggles to score. We had indiscipline in Xhaka, okay? We almost had indiscipline with El Nene. He got a yellow card. Xhaka got a red. We still had our captain on the pitch, and we still looked shocking. So it's not a case of, all right, yes, this is Arsenal, we should be beating teams. I have no identity and no confidence in what goes on week in, week out in the first team. That's concerning. You know, we've got kids who have talent. Look at Saka. Saka is embarrassing Willian. If you're looking as a young man who's running around, he is embarrassing Willian. Look how much money we paid for Willian, and you've got the likes of Smith Rowe, who's sitting on the bench. Everyone's talking about saying, well, this is his season, and he's sitting on the bench watching a game like that, and we can't string passes, intelligent passes. People talk about chances. It's not about having chances when you're under pressure. You're having good chances where you're taking intelligent shots and you're confident. We don't look confident on the ball at all. it's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. And yes, we can change the manager, but I have so much concern from above as to what they want Arsenal Football Club to look like now that Arsene Wenger is gone. I know some fans love Wenger and they may want him back, but the identity that Wenger had is completely gone with our football. We can't even create triangles from our defense moving forward. That's shocking football. And we're in the position where we are. We deserve to be where we are. And I can see us going further down if we don't make those changes.
So let's before we go to Tony, let's go to some of our comments here. CJ said, we made the wrong choice with Arteta. We don't need a novice. We need a proven winner. Cool K said, Apollo pretty much summed it up, and he did warn us weeks ago. Spot on. Cheers, bro. Sentiment says, Apollo, what's the next one more game or burn the club down and start again? I would say burn it down and start again, bro. New manager, new philosophy, new tactics, new ideology of how you're going to play, how you're going to implement yourself in a team, how you're going to dominate games, what type of players you need to do that. And I'm saying that for one reason, because we have 5 players who are running out of contracts in the summer. We have 3 players who are down to their final year of contract, like Lacazette, who you can just sell off. So we've got 7 or 8 players we can just get rid of. That is perfect for a new manager because he's going to have that money he's able to spend and invest. He's going to have the bumps on seats. Remember how we struggled to fit the 25-man roster a few months ago in August? We won't have that problem now because we're free to bring in pretty much whoever we want. So this is the perfect time to do it. Our problem is, how are we going to get from now till the end of the season? That's the issue. But I think that in terms of what I would do, somebody's saying that. I think it's Chicken Rubber. Chicken Rubber saying, Apollo, I think we should take Big Sam. What do you think? No, I think that we should give Pochettino a call tomorrow morning and say, how would you like to invest in building a team and franchise that will dominate Spurs? And I think he will say yes. And that for me would be a done deal. I would do that right now. If I was Josh Kroenke and Edu, I'd get on the phone to Pochettino right now and get that deal done ASAP. Sentiment is saying, I've been for the latter for a few years. From June to Wenger, it's extreme, I know, but Robbie, I've had enough. 18 actually has said, since David Luiz hasn't played, we've had 0 leadership. Vinci, that's when Vinci was talking about leadership. And Sentiment says, Vinci, it's been 3 or 4 years of no identity, nothing new. Kuke said, Patrick Everest says Henry turned off his TV when he saw Xhaka was captain, leading the team out of the tunnel. And Fabrice said coaching Arsenal isn't for everybody. Tony, let's give you the conch.
I mean, wow. So much to unpack, so many things that I want to say. But I've got to look to the future. And the way I look at it is what you said, Apollo, about the players who are end of contract this year, end of contract next year. Those 7 players in January, I'd write them off. I would seriously write them off, because when I say write them off, obviously that doesn't mean clinically take them off the wage bill, because you can't. But I'd be like, you know what? I have to move on and not play those players ever again. And I have to bring in the players that I'm looking to make the future of this club, start playing, start developing a system, start developing an understanding of how they want, they're going to interact with one another. We can no longer stand for Mr. Lacazette, Mr. Granit Xhaka, Mr. Kolasinac, Mr. Socrates, Mr. Mustafi, and on. All them players, done. Bun them. Bring in I'm with you, Apollo. Ring Pochettino. I'll be interested to see what he says. Because you know what? There's a January transfer coming up. Yeah? And if he gets a couple of weeks in, if someone comes in next week and they get 2 weeks, they can turn around and go, right, I have an urgent need. Awa, Slovatsky, whoever it is, I now know what I definitely have to have. Yeah? That's why I would make the call tomorrow. Because whoever comes in next week has 2 weeks to press upon the board and say, right, I need this one player just to make a change. It might be that he just says, turn around and go, you know what? Bring him back. Bring back Guendouzi. Yeah? Ceballos, massive failure. Massive failure. Huge. I mean, at the end of last season, I was actually happy to see this guy coming back because I was of the belief that he was going to push on another level and become this creative player. But he has been an absolute disaster.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Yeah? So he's another one. Gone. I'm not playing you for the rest of the season. In fact,
That's it.
go back to Madrid.
Drop him. Drop his skin. He's a lonely.
Go
Drop him.
back to Madrid. Yeah? Because the money I'm paying you, I'd better off holding that money until...
Give it to Smith Rowe.
Smith Rowe. Bam.
Drop his skin.
Yeah? I don't need you, Mr. Ceballos. Much though you're a nice have around the club, but you know what? You've not filled any decent. You've not done for nothing. So I might as well move back to your club and start playing my youngsters because that's what I got to invest in. I'm going out. I'm getting a Slobotsai or I'm getting a Buendia, and I'm saying you come in straight away, bang in the middle, and you start operating. You got Pepe on your right. You got Saka on your left. You got Martinelli up front. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
You got Pepe on your right. You got Saka on your left. You got Martinelli up front. All of the rest of them, man, there that we've been accustomed to hearing week in, week out. Go on, get along.
Yeah. And look,
for the rest of the season.
And Tony, I said this 3 weeks ago. I said, bun them. I'm done. And all the fans were saying, the kids ain't ready. They're not ready. Look at what these fools on the pitch are doing to you every week. Burn them down, man.
Listen.
Ebony. Oh, sorry, go on, Tony.
So just let me finish. We all know Martinelli is a couple of weeks away still. He's a couple of weeks away. But ultimately, time to start looking and saying, right, what are we doing in January? December's a write-off. We ain't winning another game in December. But whoever can come in can start looking and saying, right, let me have a look at some of these boys. Let me see what they do in training. Let me integrate them in straight. Let me just bun all them old tumbleweed players. Yeah? And let me start looking and saying, right, Saliba, I need you to come in and do a job for me. Thomas Partey will be back in January. Yeah? So I've got to start working with him in the back and saying, right, how am I going to work with this giant in the middle of my park? Because I've got to build a team around him. I've got to build a team around him.
Yeah, I think the problem with that is that
I cannot have Xhaka ever in my team again. I cannot have Ceballos ever in my team again. Which leaves me with Joe Willock and El Neni. So that's what I'm talking about. From now on, I only want to see El Neni, Joe Willock, Maitland-Niles, Smith Rowe.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Reece Nelson on the right, Pepe on the right, Saka on the left, Martinelli on the left, Nketiah, maybe occasionally Aubameyang.
Yeah, because the thing is, you've just given Aubameyang a 3-year deal. So it's not like you can actually walk away from it unless something drastic. Yeah, I mean, unless he goes to China or somewhere. I mean, this isn't what I would call clinical. And quite frankly, I'm really disappointed in him. I'm disappointed in his effort. Although today, in the first half, he definitely looked like he was up for it. But the problem is, when you give a guy like that, there's one common thing we've seen with Arteta over the last 3 or 4 games. He's had 1 or 2 chances in those games and just not put it away. And when you're a quality striker like that, look, there's a reason why Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich never came in for you. Yeah, there's a reason why that never happened, and you're seeing it now. So so let's move on. GK saying, where's GK? GK, have I lost you? No, here you are. GK saying this team is no better offensively than the team Emery had last season that finished 8th. Emery's first season was we actually had creators. Now we've got no. That's the reason why I've told these guys that Emery had the better team. Emery, regardless of what he, Unai Emery just missed out on the top 4 by 1 point. He got to the final of the Europa Cup. This team, trust me, ain't anywhere near as good as that team. This team will not get nowhere near the top 4, and they will not win the Europa Cup. Not a chance.
But
So
earlier in the call, Apollo, you said that we got better. So
I've always been very stern with the fact
we
that
won an FA Cup.
Yeah.
So apparently we got better.
No, just because we won an FA Cup doesn't mean we got better. I said Emery's team was better than this one, and I really based it on the midfield.
Did Apollo not say?
No.
We got better.
No.
He has two sides of his brain. One side said, the better team. Emery had a better team. The other side said we got better. So I see what he's saying is that Arteta has improved the players he has to be better than Emery. But he did say Emery had a better team, but we got better. So I'm
no need to be confused.
I thought Apollo said that we have improved because we won the FA Cup.
Yes.
That's what I thought I heard.
Yeah. And listen, and this had nothing to do with lifting the cup. It had to do with the manner and the way we did it. The teams that we beat and how we beat them and what players we used to beat them.
So who had a better team, Emery or Arteta?
Emery had the better team.
But we're not.
So how come we got better and Emery had a better team?
But the thing
because
is, guys,
the guy, sorry, I have said this, but I'm not sure you was listening. I said the guys who was in that team, and I named a few names: Maitland-Niles, Emi Martinez. They are battered out. They're not here. They're not here right now, and that's the reason why. A big reason why this team is failing. Yeah, that's just a part of it. But Monday's video covers that in greater detail. Go on, Vinci.
But the thing is, when you say we have improved because we won the FA Cup, we are not playing that level or type of football. We are nowhere near playing that FA Cup run football right now. So,
but Vinci, that's a different discussion. My discussion was look at
But you're saying, have we improved? Last season, we played a stretch of football that allowed us to win the FA Cup and the
correct. But we are not the team from that point. Does that make sense?
Yes, but collectively, as I've said, you take out Martinez, who was awesome. Okay, yes. We spent 20 odd million on Gabriel, who's been awesome. Okay, yeah. So there are substitutes in individual players' performances.
You said that before, but that doesn't discount for our midfield. They tried. A few of their fans tried to justify it by saying we've got Party. Well, we ain't got Party today. We didn't have him. You know, for one game. And what has he done as an Arsenal player?
You have Partey and you have a better functioning El Nene, who the manager is not playing.
Yeah, so exactly.
You've got two midfield players who have improved on last season, and the manager is still not forming and picking a team that's allowing us to play progressive football.
Maybe it's just an opinion, but I prefer Mkhitaryan, Iwobi, Welbeck. I prefer Ramsey to any of these bums in the midfield at the moment. These guys are second rate. You had the opportunity to have Ozil. Guendouzi was one of our best players on the front. When we started last season, he was our shining light. The man of the matches he had, the way he dominated games in midfield. Torreira dominated Liverpool and Spurs. And you guys are saying that this team is better than Emery's team. It just doesn't hold water for me. Great that it works for you guys, but that doesn't work for me.
But I think individually you've got players who can take the team forward the manager is not creating a formation. We're not playing football that's allowing us to be better. A lot of it is on the manager and how he's picking players for the team. Because he's still the same manager that made those adjustments.
But it's not the same team. That's my point. My point is it's not the same team.
Apollo is playing with nuances here. He's confusing the concept of team versus your squad. Because you have something available and don't use it, doesn't mean that Emery had okay, let's use the word squad. Did Emery have a better squad than Arteta? I would say no. Squad. So Partey's in the squad. Gabriel is in the squad. Martinelli's in the squad. They're all in the squad. Whether they're available or not, they're all in the squad. El Nene is in the squad. Now, available to play today, he played Xhaka. He played Bellerin. He played William. He played Lacazette. They shouldn't be on the field. So if he makes the decision to play the players who are not giving best chance to win, I don't know how you can then analyze and say, well,
we're going.
By the way, Emery. I don't see how Emery team is better.
We're going a little bit away from topic, but the fact of the matter is, we did a poll.
Ramsey didn't play defense. Ozil is Ozil. Emery didn't play him too, so they both don't play him.
We did a poll, Vincey, and it was: would you prefer to have Torreira, Guendouzi, or Ozil in the midfield, or the midfield we see now? And 91% of the fans said the former. And it just goes to show you how much has gone wrong in this team right now and how bad we are.
Especially Arteta had them. It's not like he didn't have them. He had them. He put them alone. So he had a better team. He had a better team.
All right, let's move on because we're going around in circles. We know your opinion, we know my opinion, but we're not getting anywhere moving forward.
But we need to clarify for the audience. He had the players and he got rid of them.
No, I don't know. I don't. That's your opinion. I don't think so. I've got a different opinion than that. Ebony, what's your thoughts on the situation today in the club? Would you bring in a new manager? Would you leave it as it is?
Right now I'm trying to be optimistic, and I'm not somebody.
Yes,
I said trying. At the end of the day, yes, you won the FA Cup, and yes, you won the Charity Shield, but progressively we have regressed. We've got worse. We've got some amazing players, but the problem with Arteta, and this is why I keep saying, the first sign of madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. At the end of the day, he keeps on persisting with shit like Xhaka, like Mustafi. Mustafi wasn't playing today, but that's not the point. Bellerin's gone downhill. I've said time and time again that Aubameyang and Lacazette need to be dropped. I don't care if a large number of fans want them to play because they have to be the big players. We have a good youth system, and they can actually play a game. Give them a chance. You've seen what they've done in the Europa League. All right, fair enough. The Europa League is a different kettle of fish, but at the same time, we have players that want to strive. We have players that want to fight, who know how to pick up a pass, who know how to pick up perform a cross. This shower of shit today. Today's game, we had about 3 or 4 chances in the first half. And yes, it picked up in the second half with 10 men. But come on, it's like how many? We couldn't even put away one chance. We couldn't even string a pass at some points of the game. Balls were given away. Come on. It's just getting absolutely. We are looking like a joke now. We're a joke team. We're 15th, and if we do get relegated, which I don't think will happen, it will be embarrassing. And I have seen failure, but this is like beyond failure. How can
it can get a lot worse. It can get a lot worse, honey.
It can get a lot worse, but you have certain players at your disposal, but you're not picking them. You're still persisting with the same shit every single week. Xhaka, why is he on the pitch? Is he a man? Why is he on the pitch? You see, and you, everybody knows that when Xhaka is on the pitch, he is a red card waiting to happen.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So history is just repeating itself. But in terms of what you just said there about relegation, I just want to remind everyone in the panel that if you're a dysfunctional team, the championship is the last place that you want to end up in. Because in the championship, if you don't fight as a unit, and if you're not organized, the championship is no place for you. There's a reason why we see teams like Wolves and Leeds and those guys come up from that division and start to hit hard some of these Premiership teams that are not up to it. That is because they are well organized, they're balanced, they have good structure. They might not be the most talented, but they know what they're doing. They know what their identity is, the philosophy, the ideology. They've got that. We don't have it.
No structure. We have no structure. What is his game plan? What's his plan B? What's his plan C? You know, he has no backup plan after plan A. And what's his plan A? He has no plan. It's just a case of, you know, doing what Wenger did. Just go out and express yourself. It's not good enough. It's absolutely not good enough.
I'd love to hear what that plan is, because I haven't seen it since end of last season.
And what the hell is, you know, and this is why I've stopped watching training matches, because in training matches don't manifest what we see on the pitch. You know, they don't.
Board don't hit back in it, Tony. Board don't hit back. So before we go to Neomis, Sentiment says Bertram, Emery had a more balanced creative team. It will be Ramsey for how poor they were. GK says we improved as a defensive structure under Arteta. Under Emery, we were conceding bare shots on goal. Very true. And I think the worst thing about the discussion, the ongoing discussion that me and Bertram have had for a long time now, is that while we both believe in our own subjective views, the fact of the matter is both managers are poor. Both managers haven't been able to get it done. Emery lacked the defensive aptitude, and Arteta has lacked the offensive.
Questions need to be I'll make one comment.
Two wrongs.
It's not the managers. It's the players.
Yeah, of course, it's always been like that. Yeah, but the managers can make the difference, and I think why we done the video, me, Tony, and Neomis did the video on Monday, was because we wanted to talk about what Arteta did. We were straight up in that video. We had a disclaimer. We said we are not by any means advocating to sack Arteta, but we are calling him out for what he's done wrong, and these are the improvements that we want to see from him as a new manager. Yeah, that's where we left the video.
Was I think you said the same players that failed the last two managers are exactly the same players, and a lot of players need to be shipped out in the summer.
Yeah,
or even
and
in
after
January.
Thursday night's game, we were all buzzing. We would say, "Yeah, Smith Rowe, man, look good. All these players look good." Nketiah scored again, top scorer. Well, this is the reason why he's failing. Yeah. Dino says, we have not improved. This is us last year without Aubameyang's goal. Maybe not, because remember last year we had Martinez, we had Maitland-Niles, we had some identity because Arteta got these guys to just dominate teams and disrupt. You look, Liverpool and Man City, those games weren't easy for them guys because we disrupted their play. Right now, we're letting teams just do what they want, and there's no clue behind that. Sentiment says, Apollo, sack the medical team, bring in a strength and conditioning coach from a high-level rugby team. Where are we? God, there's so many comments here to get through. Chloe says, if Borussia Dortmund can sack their manager, I was just talking about Marco Rose, by the way, guys, he's going to be Borussia Dortmund's new manager. If they can sack their team after being humiliated 5-1 by Stuttgart, what the hell is Arsenal still waiting for to sack Arteta after losing 4 games at home? Very, very good point. GK was saying Emery was playing the same fullback crossing football. Yeah. The difference is that fullback was Saka and he had 14 assists. Right now, I don't know really. Saka is an anomaly, and Bertram was pretty much hitting the nail on the head with him. The only thing that I said to Bertram about what he talked about in terms of end product was, yes, he misses a lot of chance in goal, but actually Saka's end product was delivering quality balls. That's why he had 14 assists. I don't know what's going on at the moment there. I have no clue. I think we've got this thing where we play through the right, play through the left, but we cannot play through the middle. And maybe Tony and Pepe talking about, sorry, Tony and Pepe, maybe Tony and Bertrand talking about Pepe playing through the middle is a real thing. Because when I've seen Pepe play through the middle, the way he set up Balogun on Thursday night, beat two players, stepped in the penalty area, which forces the centre-backs to step up to him. And then Balogun makes a run on the left and he slides a perfectly weighted ball to Balogun. It's in the back of the net. We just don't have that. Joe Willett can do that for you, but we just don't have that with the same players that they're choosing week in, week out. Neomis, so many comments, so I'm going to have to come back to them. What's your views, bro? Do you sack Arteta in the morning? What do you do right here?
Listen, I don't believe in sacking managers. I've said this from the beginning that I refuse to join the Arteta out brigades, but again, he has to change things. I mean, I don't know whether like this is it, but again, I think he's got a lot of problems now. How does he react to this? Granit Xhaka gets sent off. A few weeks ago, Pepe got sent off, and he threw Pepe under the bus. Is he going to throw Granit Xhaka under the bus? Because I've been saying it all season that I always felt that he was always playing the politics game. We all know that Granit Xhaka is quite popular in the dressing room. That's why he was given the captaincy in the first place under Unai Emery.
He disgraced himself in front of the fans. How is he wearing the?
No,
how is he wearing the armband? Yeah,
the fans don't like him. The players clearly do.
I said to these guys, I said to Tony, I'm a season ticket holder. I said, if that guy walks out on the field with an armband, I'm going home. I am, after what happened in the Emirates Stadium, yeah, I took that personally. I would no way in advocate support a team that has him wearing it. That is sending the wrong message to the fans. And today, I'm not surprised that Thierry Henry switched over his television when he found out that Xhaka was a captain. I'm not surprised because you know what? I actually didn't know that until half time. It's disgraceful. It sends out all the wrong messages. Go and carry on.
You know what? I don't blame you. And to be honest, I felt the same way with you about Granit Xhaka. Like I was never a big fan of Granit Xhaka, but ever since then, I've never been able to really forgive him. How he was allowed to be the captain with his history, like it wasn't that long ago. Let's be really honest. And he's been given that position. I mean, again, it's weakness from Arteta. You could just tell that Arteta is literally trying to. He's playing the politics game. He's all the people that are big personalities.
Yeah.
He's trying to get favors for them. The Williams, the Xhakas. Like,
that's a great comment, and that would explain why the kids ain't playing. That would explain. Yeah, that's a great comment.
Yeah, because like Maitland now, the kids that they're young, they're not gonna have that big personality in there. I mean, and the same players who got Emery the sack, the same players who after the Europa League final were sitting at the back of the bus and taking the piss out of him, are the same players there that even Freddie talked about that don't give a shit about this Arsenal. They're there and they're gonna get Arteta the sack. And Arteta, the day that Arteta plays the kids, we know that that's gonna be it. Because I truly believe he's probably still gonna find a way to play the same players who have failed him over and over again. I do think it could get worse. I think it could get really worse. Like I had a nightmare the other day that we actually got relegated and Spurs won the league. Yeah. And when you look at the current table right now, like that's actually possible.
Yeah.
We would get bantered for find a cave and hide.
Yeah.
For a whole season. Because Spurs fans will banter us forever. If we thought Spurs winning the Champions League was going to be something for them to banter us about, that would just absolutely take the cake.
Yeah, it would. In their new stadium as well.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah.
He'll talk.
Well, I say this. I have been looking into the Championship because I haven't followed it. I'm trying to get acclimated. Because I haven't really followed it, so I'm looking to see how it works. And I know we need a bigger squad. There's a lot of games, so I'm getting myself prepared. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, Cricket Ball says, "Where's Balogun today?" And Balogun is not even he's not even started a game for the B team yet, so we can't really have that conversation about him being in the first team. He's never started a Europa game, even against pub teams, and I think that's why I was so disappointed on Thursday when he wasn't named starter on the team sheet. I don't know why. You already won the league 2 weeks ago. You won that Europa League 2 weeks ago. The final 2 games were games that you should have played the kids and seen what they had. And this guy who we've got here, he's 18 years old, and you know what? The Premiership is going to come too early for him. He is raw. I've had it told to me by many of the agents, you know, in terms of his running ability, in terms of this and that. He's not there yet. He's not ready. He needs to be developed. And a Premier League game where you need a performance and you need goals is very difficult to give someone like him who's never had a start before in his life for the first team. That's a tall ask. So yeah, it would be different for Smith Rowe, Nketiah, and those guys who have had 15 on starts for the team. It's a different conversation. But with some guy like Balogun, it's not the same conversation. Quintin, are you Arteta in, Arteta out, and what do you think about today's game?
I'm undecided at the moment. I'm undecided. I have a question though. You mentioned something yesterday about Nelson. Did something happen to Nelson?
Yeah, he had an ankle knock and he's not been available for a while. Somebody actually asked the question about, I don't understand where Nelson is. He's injured, guys. He can't play at the moment. What's that?
In training?
Yeah, I believe it was a training issue, and it happened a couple of weeks ago, by the way. So that's the reason why he's not even been on the bench, because he hasn't been passed to play.
But yeah, I'm undecided. I really am. I think something needs to happen, like Vinci said, from the board down. Somebody needs to orchestrate something for change to be made, because that whole field needs to be changed. And like Tony said, we need to build the squad around. We need to build a brand new squad around Partey. I don't understand it. I really don't understand. I don't understand the purpose of Xhaka on the field, because it's not to say you had some kind of performance out of this guy. It's not like you're getting results out of this guy. Why do you have him on the field? I don't. Again, Bellerin. Yes, I love Bellerin. I know what his qualities are, but it's not coming out. I don't know what it is in his tactics or whatever. It's not coming out. I'm not seeing much effort, and he's not going into the box, and he's not delivering proper crosses, because as an attacking fullback or wingback, whatever you want to call him, your goal is to put in quality crosses into the box and find your man. That's your duty. Your duty is to find that striker. Find him.
Yeah, it made me laugh because for years Arsenal fans were saying Xhaka was a brilliant passer of the ball. I was like, huh, really? I met Bertram in London in Liverpool Street with Michelle, a few of us, Vinci. We got together and we had the conversation about a few of the players, and we were like, hold on a second. We had to literally look up Xhaka's stats. How many chances has this guy created? How many big chances has he created? How many assists does he have? How many final third balls has he played? And the guy statistically was near the bottom of the Premier League in creativity. Yeah, Arsenal fans have this. I don't know whether they get it from. I don't even want to mention the YouTube channel name, but I don't know whether they get it from certain other media factors or pundits. But the idea with Arsenal fans is this guy is the best passer in the team, when all I see is a guy who's constantly giving the ball away and has given balls away that's led to goals on the back end. And if that was a player for Alex Ferguson, Pep Guardiola, or Jose Mourinho, trust me, they'd bench him. Wenger kept choosing the guy, and so did Emery, and so has Arteta. And at some point, you can't feel sorry for these managers, because it's the house that you built. and you built the house on all of those. The midfield, I think it's been a year now that me and Bertram has talked about ball possession, keeping poise, passing aptitude in the midfield. We're just not good with the ball at our feet in the midfield. We've known it for a long time. And instead of looking at those avenues to improve that, you put the same tired players in the team. You know, seeing El Nene be on the bench for weeks has been frustrating because this is a guy who's got high passing accuracy, doesn't give the ball away. He can tackle, which is something Xhaka can't do. El Nene is a ball winner.
And he drives it forward. He drives it forward.
And not only is he that, but the thing that, here's the, Bertram, you got to come in here. You got to come in. Here's the thing that's funny. The one thing that El Nene was bantered for in our Arsenal fan base about, they knew he was a good defensive midfielder. They knew that. But they took the piss out of him, calling him sideways and backways. The one criticism that we had for the player over the last month, we've seen a completely different player. We've seen a guy who's threading balls in the needle, shooting outside of the area, and being creative. And that's just like me as an Al Nene fan. Not even I knew the brother could do that. So it's actually showing you more, but yet you're leaving him on the bench.
They don't know the team. They don't know the team. You got to know the team. You got to know football. You got to know the team.
So you're on the fence at the moment with Arteta out.
I'm on the fence. I think, and like you said, you have to go back to your point. Remember, you're the one who said you can't judge a manager in a year and a half or a year or whatever. I mean, I know not doing as well as you thought he will or as well as you want him to. But again, it takes how many years, you said? 3 to 4 years to change a team, right?
How much time did Emery get?
A year, a season and a half. And
you can judge a manager in a year and a half.
Yeah, and Bertram, that's a really good point you've raised, because we talk about not so much how long does a manager get, but they kind of judge it on transfer windows, don't they? They say you need 4 to 6 transfer windows to shape your team. What's in Emery's defense, those transfer windows, the first 2 was done by Raul Sanelli and Sev Mislintat. And the last one, and the last transfer window, he also didn't have so he was at 18 months, 3 transfer windows, and the one player he wanted more than one player. He wanted a few of the Sevilla players and Valencia players as well. But the Will Zaha deal he couldn't get because he was a head coach and he had no business telling the technical director and at the time Sev Mislintat, who was our chief scout, what team that we needed to get in there. So to his defense, the little transfer windows he had, he didn't even bring in any players. So
we promoted Arteta to manager with no experience, and we didn't Emery the same authority, which makes no sense.
One thing I got to say on that as well, I'm going to come to you, Vincey, in a minute. One thing on that, Bertram, is we have to tag Edu in that as well, because Edu came in a week before Arteta did, and both of them are new in their roles. Remember, Edu was a scout. He wasn't a technical director. This is new for Edu as well. So if we are failing, we're all, and listen, big respect for him bringing in Martinelli and the Brazilian connection, I know. But the Brazilian connection, like Willian, that was your idea, bro. That was
Kia Jarabchin.
Yeah. That as well. Vincey, go on.
What I can say is you can judge a manager in a year, okay? And I think you can judge him fairly because Arteta has shown the capabilities to make changes when he wanted to make changes. Last season, he did it successfully. He won trophy, okay? He's decided this season to move away from making those type of changes. Our football has regressed, okay? But our defense has got better. But just on that, you can still judge a manager on what he's doing because the pattern continues. The fact is, our scoring, our attack has gone down, okay? So you have to. It's not just one Arteta out. You have to be balanced and look at the situation. You can
Yeah,
give
but
someone 5 years, and they can still do the same thing, and it will still be exactly. It will still be relative. So you can judge in a year.
I'm gonna come to you in a minute, Quentin. But I have to, some Arsenal fans, we got poor memories. We are getting old. God bless us. So I have to keep reminding everybody what happened in that tension with Henry. Do you remember under Wenger, we averaged 17 chances per game, and Unai Emery decided to do one thing. He decided to drop a player called Mesut Ozil. We had one goal in our next 5 games, and we had created less than 10 chances a game, which was our worst turnover in 30 years. Due to the pressure of the media and the fans, he was forced to put Arteta back into the team. And what happened? Arsenal started scoring 2 goals the next game, 4 goals the game after that, 3 goals. So sometimes you do things that work against you. The difference is if you're able to adapt to it and change it. I think what we are seeing here with Arteta is that this thing was rotten, and the signs were there after the Villa game, and at the Leeds game, and at the Wolves game, and at the Spurs game. And while you should have made changes in those games, today was the game that you should have said, I have seen the error of my ways. I have seen the problems with the first team. So today, I'm going to try something new. And when we saw the team sheet, each and every one of us sitting on this panel, the reaction was devastating. And thus, we have the result where we are. And it's as simple as that. You don't start Xhaka. You don't start Bellerin. Willian has failed you ever since the Fulham game. And you've come out and you've put the same players on the field. And I'm probably the biggest Arteta fan here. I don't know how you guys, I don't know how you viewed the man, but I've been talking him up for a long time. And today I'm telling you, Arteta, you got what you deserve, which is nothing, because you were the one that made these decisions. They are your choices. And whether something Neomis poured some light on it in terms of favoritism and, looking after your big boys and your veterans, them guys cost you just like they cost all them other guys before you. And I hope that tonight you realize that. Tonight you're going to go home. You're going to get on the phone with Pep Guardiola and Arsene Wenger, because we know you do. You said that. Wenger in his book said that. You call him after every game and you have a conversation with him. And I hope Pep and Wenger is telling Arteta right now, it's 10:15 on Sunday night. I hope they're saying to you, bro, those guys are bleeding you, man. They're going to get you dusted. If you don't change, if you don't bench those players, you're done.
And he'll probably pick the same players for the next game.
So can I just say something? I think we've put Willian under the bus today, and I don't believe he deserved that. He created more chances than any other player.
Not that difficult when you're standing on an island crossing the balls in from the right.
The thing that I'm going to say is this, right? Let me tell you this.
I think so, yeah.
Like so many other players, cross the ball in, cross the ball in, cross the ball in. So you look at all of the number of crosses, and this has been talked about over the weeks. What's the point of putting all these crosses in? We ain't got a Giroud. We ain't got a Tammy Abraham. Yeah, we haven't got a header, somebody up the front who can header the ball. So you kind of have to say, hang on a second, guys, because remember we're under Wenger. Yeah, when Robert Perez was playing, he never crossed the ball. You play the ball, you move the ball, find the opening. Yeah. When you do finally cross the ball, it's to feet. It ain't up in the air. the ball is crossed to feet. Yeah? The only time that deviated is when you bring a guy like Giroud in and you play to his strength, which is you cross the ball. Because he's leaping up above any centre-back you got, and he's getting a fair share of his goals in the air.
That's a fact.
Today, Willian was playing to instruction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I personally believe he gets a blight today.
Well,
He put in more crosses and he created more chances than any other player.
Well,
Arteta's winning percentage is 33%. You cannot have a job when your winning percentage is 33%. He's way below 50. Forget about 50% being the benchmark. He's 33%. That's relegation type winning percentage. And it's getting worse every week. So unless he does something drastic and change, then you change him. Because whatever he's doing is not working. And he said on TV that he thinks he can 100% turn it around. Well, we are not. The direction we're seeing is one way. He lost to Burnley. Let me repeat this. We lost to Burnley.
He said the players.
Burnley.
He blamed the players. He said that they in the first half and then they lost it in the second half. He said
and this is where I'm glad Tony mentioned that players are playing under instruction. There's all well and good as fans, we look and we think, okay, you know what, that player should be doing better. He should, but you also got to consider the instructions the manager is telling players to play. When they play poor, okay, let's stop shielding managers when they're putting out foolish tactics for the team to play. That's what's going on. Foolish football is not going to give you productive scoring football.
I don't get it. I listened to him today, and he said, "Oh, you know, Xhaka got the red card on one." Who put Xhaka on the field?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm serious. At no time in that post-game interview did Arteta take any blame for the loss today. He said that it's like he's trying to say that I gave them everything they need. I gave them the arsenal, and they didn't produce. That's what he said.
He stopped Xhaka from leaving.
Yeah.
Xhaka was going to leave, and he stopped Xhaka from leaving. We get a decent price for him, and now we'll never get that price ever again.
Yeah, and you know what, Bertram? He was even trying to talk Mustafi into staying as well. I mean, if you're not a sucker for punishment, then I don't know what is. But
I thought it was a money deal. I don't think he wanted to stay. I think it was a money deal.
But I do want to explain my position on where Arteta was. So we did a video last season, and in the video, we all sat down here, and I showed you guys a table after the first 26 games of Arteta's management. He had the third best record. So the point I was trying to make in that video is over his first 26 games, he's had the third most points. And I thought that was enough to give this team top 4 this season. And I started to advocate that Arteta was the right man for the job. He's got all the skills in the right places. Alex Smith has just gone deep to Scary Terry. He's just missed him in 5 yards. Sorry, guys. So what has happened since then? And this is where it started. After winning the FA Cup, Martinez announced that he was leaving the team. That's when I thought, hold on. What's going on here? This dream that I had with us finishing in the top 4 this season, it's kind of taken a little bit of a knock because this guy was showing the ability that no other goal and consistency that no goal in the league was showing. And while Tony Irish has argued that Alisson at Liverpool was doing that, and that's a fair argument, I'll give him that. I felt that Martinez, what he gave to the team on the back end of last season was completely overlooked. Not completely, because there's some Arsenal fans that really understood the benefit of having somebody so imposing back there and how much confidence it would give to a back 4. But since then, it's been disaster after disaster with player after player, and we went through them player after player. 9 players have had issues with Arteta who were not starting, who were sent on loan, or who didn't even make the final 25 roster. And I think since then, it's just capitulated. And that's the reason why we're not as good a team as we are last season. I accept that we've made a decent transfer window. And I thought, and I also promoted the fact that Arteta is the first manager in 15 years to build a spine in this team. We've waited since 2005, since Vieira left, to bring in Gabriel and Thomas Partey. No Arsenal manager did that in 15 years. But unfortunately, the players around, Partey hasn't played enough injury, and we all know how that works. But the players around have just given you the same thing that they've stuck their 2 fingers up at you. That's what they've done. And they're going to bury you. And the sooner you get rid of them, the better. And I just hope if Arteta stays in the job, yeah, let's get African Gooners views as well. But if Arteta stays in the job and he makes it to next summer, I want to actually see what moves that he makes. But the bottom line is this, guys, and this is the bottom line. If Arteta has failed and is sacked, then I want to see what happens to Edu, because Edu has as much blame to take for this as Arteta does. But at the end of the day, it falls down to one thing, and that's the players. We've known for a long time.
My eyes are fogging up. Are you crying? I can't see. African Good, are you crying? My glasses are not seeing too well.
I'm crying. My soul is crying for sure. It's been crying for many weeks, but today was really the final straw.
What was your views on the game today? And are you Arteta in or Arteta out?
Arteta out. I can't handle this shit. I can't watch this shit anymore, man. This is inexcusable. You know, there's nothing really to back him. We're not seeing any progress in the team over the last 2 months. We know we're missing creativity. You know, I've played soccer at a certain level. I've told you guys I went to the US on a scholarship, and that's not even at a semi-pro level. And I know that in training, you work on creativity. You work on breaking down a team. You're telling me that one of the best and biggest teams in the world of football cannot work, you know, on drills to play down the middle. We keep playing down the wing, and that's the game.
He's got a little bit of a signal problem there.
Yeah, I think he didn't pay his cable bill, so you may have to move along. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I'm back. They cut me off.
I'm just kidding.
You know, Tony's right. Like, you know, Willian had a good game today, really, and he was following instructions to a T. What else do you expect from him today? He wasn't amazing, but I mean, he was probably one of the better players out of all the players.
He never got the ball and took on a defender once.
He did. What are you talking about? How many crosses he got in? And by the way, Bertram,
there's a difference.
But
that's what I said. He stood on an island and crossed the ball out from the right all day. He didn't. I never saw him run into the box and disrupt the defense. I never saw him do that.
He ain't got the legs to do that. That's not Willian now. That's Willian 8 years ago. That's not Willian now.
Listen, Granit Xhaka. Granit fucking Xhaka.
Do you know what?
Liability. Liability.
I'm a player, bro. Like, what the hell are you thinking? Listen, he cannot wear the shirt again. Period. He needs to be sold right now. Then sell him for 5 million, 10 million. It doesn't really matter at this point, really. Like, you know, and we say that Arteta convinced him to stay. You know, I really personally feel that Arteta didn't have a choice. He wasn't gonna get the money he needed, so he had to beg the shitty players to stay because otherwise we had nothing. And I'm not giving that as an excuse, but I'm saying the board isn't helping this guy, man. We should have signed Aouar. We shouldn't have signed, you know, Buendia. We shouldn't have gotten rid of Torreira and Guendouzi if we weren't going to have these players. I mean, the amount of mistakes that we are doing for a team that is on the brink of collapse is why we're in this situation right now. And this season is over. I cannot believe, you know, Apollo, that I said we were going to make top 4. You know, I know Martinez was a big a downfall for us, but I didn't think it would take us from 4th to 15th, you know? And I can't back this anymore at all. Arteta's out of his depth. Get Pochettino, get Allegri, get Rafa Benitez. Freaking make the janitor the manager, because at this point, anything different will make us better. You know, that's how I feel. So yeah, it's really frustrating.
And for those who say Arteta not out, Pochettino was in Champions League final the year before.
Yeah,
he was in 14th when he got fired.
Yeah,
listen,
I think they should call him tomorrow morning.
More happen.
I think what will happen is, I think if we lose against Southampton, which I believe is a home game,
we ain't going to beat Southampton.
Wait.
I'm watching the Southampton game right now.
I've got to that point now. I've actually got to that point now, and I've been thinking about it for the past 15 minutes.
No, I'm not having this. Why, as Arsenal fans, do we always wait for disaster and always wait for the worst disaster for change? We need to be proactive and make the change. We're already in disaster,
bro. That's why I said on this video right here today that after the Villa game, we should have had this. We should have done the changes from then. But he's persisted on playing these same players.
But Africa, the reason why we're in this situation is because our board behave like that. They do not make changes when they need to make changes.
Yeah? But they don't even make changes when... Sorry, go ahead.
That's why. Because seriously, people moan about Wenger and so forth. If they had the balls, okay, they could have addressed a lot of the situation and helped Wenger change things before. Yeah,
agreed.
That's why we're in this situation. So we hear now talking about Arteta. The board should make amends. This guy is the new coach that we're supposed to be modeling a style of football. Okay, let's keep it real. 100. Okay, we are supposed to be moving in a new direction of football. Okay, how many games have we played? I don't know what identity of football we are playing. This is from the board, not from the fans. This is from the board. This is the club. This is what we stand for. What is our identity? If they don't make the decision, if they don't hold the manager accountable, okay, who else is gonna?
So I have 3 points. The first point is in regards to your comments about us going to the championship, for it to get that bad to make a change and difference, which already shows how fans, we know how the club works. And remember a couple of months ago when I told you guys I wanted to lose against Liverpool because I wanted it to get really bad so that we signed players. It's the exact same foundation and principle that you're talking about.
Yeah, I remember you got chastised for that, didn't you?
Sorry?
You got chastised for that, and I was just
but it's the truth. It was the truth.
Yeah.
And then the second point was Bertram. Come get your boy El Neni. What was he doing today, man? Like putting his hands on the guy and then like pretending like he... Man, come on.
And then he was still on the field. He didn't get a red card.
He should have.
He was trying to stop him from... He wasn't trying to hit him, actually. It's not his game. He doesn't play like that. He was trying to stop him from going inside, and the hand got raised too high.
Bertram, why wasn't that a penalty? For me, it was stone cold.
I have no idea why.
100%.
I don't have no idea why. I think the referee sorry for us. He said sorry for sending Jack off. He couldn't do it again. 2 in a row wouldn't work.
The third point that I wanted to make is in terms of fans. I need to hear from Josh Kroenke now. This is embarrassing. He's the owner / CEO of this.
Yeah, well, why do you need to hear from him? It's not his fault. He's given them 220 million to spend on players.
It's not about the money. It's not about the money. I need to understand the direction of the club. His plan is clearly.
Yeah, he's okay. So it's not his job as the owner is to back the technical director, the general manager Vinay, and the manager, which is Arteta. That's what he's been doing. The person who you need to speak to is Vinay. I
need him to come out and say that things are going wrong and that he, as the CEO / owner of the club, is going to make things right. Whatever, even if it's lies, I just need a letter or something. He needs to come out. It's been a year and a half since he said be excited. He's gone to shit.
It's a good point that you've made, but in my opinion, the 2 people that need to come out is Edu and Vinay. They are Arteta's managers. They are the people that Arteta reports to.
Guys. Vinay already came out. Vinay said the manager's not getting sacked, he's been back. Now, that was before the Burnley game. Normally, things change pretty quickly sometimes. even though they believe in I think they believe in Arteta. They believe in his strategies employing.
Of course, yeah.
But they can't believe in how he pick his team.
He sucks.
True. And he didn't get backed if we need a cam. And the whole freaking world knows we need a cam. It's not just Arsenal fans. The whole world knows we need a cam. So you can't say we got backed. And this is also last year when we freaking needed a center back.
Hold on. 220 million since last summer is not getting backed.
Man, but
200 Are you crazy?
Like that is such a that's just a stat. I don't believe that because we didn't address all the problems.
Right,
like even
right,
Well, we couldn't. We couldn't address the
Money
problem.
is not Arsenal's problem.
Yeah,
Arsenal's problem is mismanagement, like really bad mismanagement. Look through the team. We buy players that have no selling value. We give big contracts who have no selling value. Also don't have selling value. Selling value.
I mentioned to Tony that we've spent 100 million on Pepe and Saliba, and Saliba has not started a game for us this season, and Pepe started 2 out of 11. That's
it's just bad management.
That is bad management.
It's bad management. It is.
That's 100 million.
It's not money. Yeah. It's how you spend your money.
The Africa Guna, you always talk to me about us spending money all the time. That is 100 million.
I know.
Whilst that was done.
And the question that needs to be asked is, why isn't Saliba playing? Is he not? What
it's too
sale. We're selling him in January, and we're not even gonna make a profit.
The thing is that those things happen. Okay, at the club, we've got a new manager, and we're being told as fans to give the management and the board and the structure time whilst they're still doing that foolishness. Those two things cannot continue. That's why we're in this situation.
Time's run out.
Guys, here's the problem.
This didn't just happen.
We've given Arteta the status of a seasoned manager. So Arteta is acting like he's Fergie or he's Wenger.
No.
Or he's a manager that's been accomplished. That's how he acts. That's why he got rid of Guendouzi.
Okay, so I agree with you on that, but I don't agree with you that that's the problem.
I'm getting to my point. So when you give me that authority, I can make any decision. I don't feel pressure in making decisions. And if you don't feel pressure in making decisions, you're gonna make bad decisions sometimes. Because pressure sometimes translates into you doing your best. You're thinking through. You know what? I gotta win today. I'm not even thinking as much long term. I'm thinking more short term. And right now we need short term. We don't need that whole long-term perspective because it's not working. You're not winning.
So I do agree with you there, Bertram, but I want to bring in the point that Vinci and Neomis made, which is they believe that some of the decisions that have been made, which has hurt this team, has not come from Arteta. So while I'm on your side with this, Bertram, however, we need to understand, is it all Arteta's fault? And if it isn't, do you know what, Bertram? They won't sack him. Because if he's been put in this position where he's had to get rid of Torreira and Guendouzi, he had to leave Ozil out of the squad, he has to keep playing Xhaka and making captain and playing Lacazette and all that. If those decisions are above his pay grade, then they will not sack him for that reason. And
so
that then
two things on that. First, he said it's his decision. Whether it's his or not, he says his. He was unambiguous in his comment. He says my decision. Secondly, even if it wasn't his decision, I think he has a say in who leaves and who stays. I think he has a say in Saliba going. I think he has a say in Guendouzi going. I think he has a say in Torreira going. He has a say in those people leaving. So
he was the one that made Nketiah stay when he was
exactly. He decides who stay and who goes. So somebody's his decision.
But I must put, devil's advocate. I've always got to put a fire into the ring. The only problem is though he does lie because he said that they all had a clean slate and they didn't. So
if he has integrity, he shouldn't be a manager.
So I know what you said about what he said, but we can't take everything that he says for gospel.
And he also learned how to lie from Wenger, right? He learned from the best. Wenger used to lie to us all the time, so I don't blame him.
Wenger used to manage it really well.
Yeah, I don't think Wenger used to lie.
Wenger was slick.
Wenger was slick. He played the game.
He lied. He straight up lied about Chamberlain, about Van Persie, about Son. He lied about everything.
Arsenal didn't see nothing. You didn't see
Yeah,
that?
that's what it was. Oh, I didn't see it. I did. That was Wenger.
Hold on, everybody quiet. Be honest, do that again.
I didn't see it.
I
need to check the camera.
That was what it is.
The other point in response to what you were saying, Apollo, is cool. If it is above his pay grade and he isn't the one to make these decisions, he needs, and this is the problem that Vinci and I are talking about Wenger, he needs to be ambitious enough and have the balls to come out and tell the fans the truth. Or if you don't want to take that approach, go to the board and be ambitious and challenge them for the money. Don't just accept this shit, because as you can see, he's digging his own hole. He's digging his own grave, and it's almost done. It's almost fully patched. He has like a couple.
In response to that, hold on, Tony. I'm going to come to you in a second. In response to that, I'm going to reaffirm what I just said. If Arteta is not sacked tomorrow, then that gives you the answer to your question. That tells you that these are not his decisions, and that they are decisions of Vinay and Edu. Because for what has happened in this team, and for what has gone down right now, by all accounts, he should be sacked tomorrow morning. But if not,
that's not how the Cronkies operate, though.
Well, maybe not.
We know that, Apollo. They're much more patient.
Yeah, I know that.
They're much more patient than that. They're not reactive owners.
Tony,
can I just say though? Obviously, when you take on board a job like this, you're given clear instruction of your remit and your power. You're told what you can do, what you can't do, what you can override, what you can't override. Yeah? So I understand the sentiment, but quite clearly, this man is given certain criteria to work with. So if he says, I can't pick this person, he can't pick that person. And it's all very well saying, well, I can go to the press and tell them
Tony, I hear you. Okay, but then walk. Because you're embarrassing yourself as a coach and you're ruining your reputation.
But this is the problem. If I'm going to give you $3 million a year, are you going to take the job? Are you going to say, nah, because you're not giving me enough autonomy?
He has more autonomy than our previous manager. He has a lot of autonomy. I do believe he does.
Yeah, look, they changed his title for a reason.
Exactly.
Apollo, you and I have a problem. Jalen Hurst is carving up New Orleans. That means the Eagles are back in 17-0 so far. Sorry, I had to digress.
P.S. Guendouzi scored yesterday, by the way, and we have no goals from our midfield. Just saying.
I'm just reading Sentiment's comment, and this reminds me of Wenger when he was protecting the board and anybody else above him. I have to protect the club's interests. I mean, what does that actually mean?
Fumble! Oh yes. Chase Young, Redskins just caused the fumble, man. Redskins recover on 49ers 25. Yeah, go on, sorry. Hey, listen, screw Arsenal. I'm about to get mine tonight, man. If Redskins win tonight, I'm going to sleep good, yeah? You guys might be miserable. I'm going to sleep good tonight if this team...
You're lucky you have that blessing to have another team that can give you that joy.
It doesn't always work that way. My team lost today.
Because I need a smile on my face.
Arsenal lost, so it's compounded.
That's why I'd rather just have one team. Just chose the wrong one.
So, guys, look, I'm going to shut it down now. Can I get some closing comments from each and every one of you, starting with Vinci? Vinci, where's your mind at right now, bro?
I fear for our kids. I really do fear for our kids. This is embarrassing to watch at home, and it's quite embarrassing for those young kids on the bench to have the passion to want to take their career further, and what the first team is doing right now. I really do hope that things change around quickly, because I don't want to lose some of the young players that we have. We have good talent. We just need to have a manager who believes in them, and he's prepared to organise the team to allow them to flourish.
Ebony, where's your heart and mind right now, darling? You're the most positive person in our panel.
I'm trying to be optimistic, but quite frankly, our next game is against Southampton. I believe it's at home. If I'm honest, I can't see us winning that. And my closing statement will be that if Arteta isn't going to play the kids and he's not going to be brave enough to start dropping shit, then it's time for him to walk. At the end of the day, you are the manager, you pick the team, you work out the tactics, you set up the team. You know the certain players that will let you down time and time again. You keep picking them, and if the longer you keep picking them, this is what you're going to get. So if you haven't got the balls to say to certain players, you're not good enough right now, and I want to drop you, then you need to walk.
So I just want to give you something. Being the most positive member of our panel. This team right now isn't good enough to beat Southampton.
Precisely.
But I do believe that there is a way that we can beat Southampton.
Which is?
And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this now, and then we can revisit this next week when the game is being played and we're back here in the panel.
Who we poisoning?
The commentary.
Which player are we poisoning? Danny Ings?
I think that if we come into that game and we play Smith Rowe and we play Eddie Nketiah and we play Pepe and Martinelli comes off the bench because he's fit now, but he can't last 90 minutes. I believe that there's a way that we can get much better production from these young players.
But as optimistic as I try to be, you know as well as I know, he ain't picking them. It will be the same team.
I thought he was going to do that today, and he didn't. So next week, I'm saying that there's a chance. Smith Rowe is one of our brightest talents. Nketiah is our leading goal scorer. Pepe can create a goal out of nothing, and probably is our most talented player. Martinelli is one of the best young players in world football, in my opinion. And if that happens next week, I believe there's a way we can get a result at Southampton. But
Apollo,
we have to wait and see.
Right back? Who are you playing at right back?
Suarez.
Not Maitland-Niles.
No,
I'll play Maitland.
Maitland-Niles, I'll have him in the midfield with El Nene.
Are you dropping the captain?
Yes. Drop him.
You know what? I'm giving the armband to Rob Holding.
No, bro, come on, man. Seriously? No, that's disgusting.
I'm giving the armband to Rob Holding.
No. Look at Tony. That's exactly how I feel hearing that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You give it to someone else, and so would Ebony. But for me, I would give the armband to Rob Holding, and I'll go out there and I'll put a result in. And I would leave it on the shoulders of our young players, being led by a young captain with a young strike force. And you know why? Because I am tired of seeing this shit every single week, the same shit and the same result. I'm done. I was done 2 weeks ago. I'm even more done today. And they're not even exciting to watch. I was struggling to watch the screen in the second half. I'm done with these guys. Ebony.
Yeah, I'm done. All
right, Neomis, last thoughts.
So, at least Granit Xhaka won't be playing. He decided he wanted to spend time with his family.
Bellerin has yellow. He has a one-match ban.
Yeah, Bellerin.
Oh, Bellerin's got a one-match ban as well. It's a shame Aubameyang didn't get a yellow card, and Lacazette and Willian.
Keep going. You
know, the whole team. I mean, you know what? We really need to start again. But I hope this means now that Arteta's forced to play the players that we all want to see now. I hope they don't go and decide to challenge the FA for rescinding the red cards, because knowing them, they probably will. But
you might get an extra game if we fail that. If you challenge,
For me,
Wait,
I don't
Norman,
want
let me ask you a question. If
Sure.
you're a player, right? I hear what you said, right? So if you're a player and you know that the manager is picking you because now he has no choice, are you going to perform? I wouldn't. I'd be
Yeah.
like, fuck
No,
you.
no, no. Because see,
Nah.
I'm Granit Xhaka and you're Mikel Arteta. I told you I wanted to play it in the team. That's what I
Yeah,
think
but
what's going on right now.
I'm looking
I
at
think it's that
Maitland
fucked up.
Niles, right? Now he's finally going to start. If I'm Maitland Niles, I'm not really trying to put 110% because, like, I've been screwed over multiple times, you know?
That's why when them lot talked to when in the 82nd minute when Nketiah came on, I said to them when Arteta turned around on the subs bench and said, "Eddie, you're on." If I was Eddie, I would have said, "No, I'm good, boss. I'm all right here, man."
Yeah, no, seriously, I agree.
This is the third time I'm your top scorer, and this is the third time you brought me on with 8 minutes to go in a Premiership where you ain't winning the game. And bro, you need to start me. If I'm Eddie, I'm having that conversation with Arteta. Don't look at me. Don't look at me as your slapdog in 8 minutes to go, and you want to go from me.
Arteta is doing exactly the same thing as Wenger did and as Emery did.
So sad.
Wait into the 80th minute. Why?
So, any last thoughts from you, Quinton? Sorry,
Gav,
Neomis, if you finished.
Before you go on, it's going to be a relegation fight. Get ready for Big Sam to be in charge, and yeah, so we can stay in the league.
Wow.
You're laughing, mate. No, it's coming because our town's not going to stay. Thank you and good night.
We're laughing.
Hey, Quinton, any last thoughts from you, Quinton?
It's the truth.
Are we ready for next week? I'm not too sure. With the same squad, as we should, but I'm still optimistic because I do believe that he can make some influential changes.
Great.
That will change the style of play. Because I mean, this current play, it's not going to work for sure. Xhaka needs
changes.
But I don't think Xhaka has any other place in this team. That's it for him. That's just my personal feeling.
So
yeah.
All right.
By the way, it's not next week. It's in 3 days' time. We play
Wednesday.
Oh yeah, Wednesday.
3 days.
Yeah. So I'll say this. Today was a great game. I'm not being funny.
I love this guy. I love this guy.
Hear me out.
Let him talk.
Start taking a minute.
Hear me out.
Give Bertram some rum.
I don't think. Here's you guys think about this.
Tony, quiet down.
Wait,
Come on, let him talk. Let him talk.
Listen. So you guys are very focused on the result. We lost. It couldn't get any worse. And here's what I see. So we played Tottenham last week, and we actually dominated the game. Okay, what anybody would talk about Jose's strategy? It was no damn strategy. So watch him again today. We dominated the game. Today, wait, listen to me. Today we dominated the ball. And what's even best today is that Xhaka and Bellerin decided to take some games off. It couldn't be any better. They need to be dropped. Drop them. They decided, you know what, manager? You can't see right. We're gonna do it ourselves. We can't rely upon you to make changes. We're gonna rely upon you ourselves. And they made a change. And I said, thank you, Bellerin. Thank you, Xhaka. It couldn't be any better. You don't trust Arteta either. They decided to take the time off Wednesday. Bellerin has a model show, and Xhaka want to go curse somebody and fight somebody. So it's a good thing. I am picking us to beat Southampton.
That's the difference. You said thank you, Bellerin, and thank you.
Hold him up.
Listen, you said thank you, Bellerin, thank you, Xhaka. I said thank you, Jesus, thank you, God.
Yes.
Thank the Lord.
We gotta thank somebody. Not Arteta though, by the way, because he would have dropped them, but they decided to drop themselves. So therefore, Maitland-Niles will come in. I don't think it's gonna be Suarez. We'll probably bring in Ceballos, probably, or Willock. They'll be better. Younger legs, they're just gonna be better than Xhaka. And Southampton will come in very confident because their forward line is clicking.
Ceballos is done, man.
Very sturdy. We're gonna win that game. We're gonna win the Southampton game because the team Arteta is not picking that team. He's not picking his team. he's going to pick the team that his resources allow him to pick. He's being forced to pick the team where he wouldn't have picked, but he's being forced to do so, which is going to be good. Because it's not about Arteta anymore. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. I'm very confident of that.
So
we're going to win the game. Trust me. Huh?
So,
it's a formality.
It's a formality.
I didn't come to you, did I, Quinton? Last words from you, bro.
Yeah, but no, you did come to me. You did come to me, but it's the same thing. Just like Vinci and the other guy said, we just need a new squad. We need a new selection.
Okay, African Guna, let us get some final words from you.
Yeah, final words is finally on the Arteta out train. Unfortunately, I'm not really proud, but it's just I'm embarrassed to be an Arsenal fan today, and I haven't felt like that in a really long time. I think the last time I felt that was under Wenger when we were just losing left, right, and center, and I was just a laughing stock in my school. So yeah, I'm really embarrassed to be an Arsenal fan today after that performance. I don't know why Smith Rowe didn't come on. I don't know why Balogun wasn't even on the bench. I don't know why you're bringing on Maitland-Niles as soon as you concede a goal. Seriously, man, that's embarrassing. So decisions have been really, really poor. I agree with Bertram. I'm happy, obviously, that those two are out. But unlike him, I'm not willing to sacrifice losing a game so that happens. I wish that the manager would be able to do that on his own without us costing a game and losing 3 points, especially when we're so dire that we need every single point. Forget 3 points, even 1 point out of this game. That's how bad it is. So, I hope, people are not looking at Pepe being the savior on Wednesday. Tony, unfortunately, Pepe is not going to be our savior on Wednesday. I don't see it. If he does, I'd be really happy, but I don't really have faith that he's going to do it. I want Martinelli back, take a risk on him. I think he's really the shining light to this team. I'd start him over Eddie, to be honest, but at the same time, I would start Eddie too. I think Laka should have scored today. He had a brilliant chance, one-on-one with the keeper. You put that top right corner or bottom right. No, the first one was a bit hard because there was a semi-volley on the turn, so I can give him that. The second one was an open goal. You need to be finishing that, on the plate. So, Lacazette needs to be dropped completely, and I'm putting pressure on the board now. I need to know what's happening in January because, either we bring back Ozil in this team or we go and sign someone for 50, 60 million. We cannot continue like this,
Bro, we just submitted 140 million losses that we got to cover.
You can get
I don't give a crap. No. Listen, Apollo, I've said, where is all that Champions League money we were making for years? Pull that suitcase underneath your bed because I know that money is there and pay the bills and go sign the players, man. There's no excuse. Fabrizio Romano did a podcast and they asked him, does Arsenal have money? And he said, yes, Arsenal have money.
You didn't need money, man. Yeah, but listen, you didn't need Fabrizio to say that. We've known for a while that they have 240 million surplus. But when you're a business, and I'm going to come back to this because this goes to the people who are not business minded and don't understand how this works. For years, when Chips Keswick about 4 years ago came out in the Daily Mirror and said, we have 240 million sitting in the bank. Do you know what fans said 4 years ago, They said, well, spend it in the transfer market. First of all, if we'd have spent that in the transfer market, we wouldn't have that money now. Secondly,
I disagree. Sorry. Can I challenge you on that point? Listen, Apollo, if we spent that money, like you saved the 100 million, we spent on Pepe and Saliba. If we spent that 5-6 years ago, we could have made that back in Champions League money. We would have won things because we would have gotten players at a cheaper price. Like now,
that's no promise that we would have won things and made the Champions League. That's
it would have given us a better shot. We would have definitely finished higher than we did.
Yes, it would have. So let's move on 4 years on. 4 years on, we have 240 million in the bank, and we've incurred 140 million losses. Operating costs. You know what that means? That means that we can't ignore that loss because we have to pay for the operation of our team. The Emirates Stadium, players' wages, which is 280 million a year. Yeah? Do you know what happens if we don't do that? The team goes into liquidation. Remember what happened when Barcelona couldn't pay their players last year? What did they do? Yeah. They had to sell players. How did we get Cazorla? Malaga had to sell players because they were in breach of UEFA
Our
financial.
players are worth nothing, Apollo. We can't even make back
Exactly.
70 million
Thank
from our
you.
squad.
So
But
now
I'm
you're seeing
going
why a business has 240 million sitting in the bank, so that it can cover for any potential losses in operating costs, and how that's how you run a business. So to all these fans that thought we should have spent that money on transfer fees, not looking so smart now, is it?
No,
I'm
man, that is so out of context. But I'll let Bertrand go.
I'm going to give a class on accounting 101 in this session, because this whole concept that we should. I'm actually serious about that. This whole concept about how you make money and spend money, we're confusing the whole issue, which is if you owe somebody 140, then how do you live if you owe somebody 140 and you have no money? The Crankies are not going to go in the bank and take.
He's gone off. Yeah, he's gone off. But listen, but Bertram's right, because the Cronkies bought this team because why? Because it was a self-sustaining model. Meaning, oh my God, I can own this $2 billion worth franchise and I don't even have to put a penny in. Really? That's fantastic. Done deal.
No, but guys, that's how most business work. You don't get in business to lose money. So why are you in the business?
Exactly.
You don't go in business to lose money. These are American owners. These are not Middle Eastern owners who have unlimited oil, so they can generate income, so they can spend it how they want. They made them on the hard way. They have tradition. They don't have tech companies. They have traditional businesses, and they just want to grow that number. They want 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 billion. They're not into Abramovich, who got his ill-begotten gains, and they're going to waste the money because he doesn't really care. It wasn't his in the first place.
Bertram, if we spent this 200 or even 150 million of this money that was in the bank 10 years ago, we would have multiplied that money by now, because we would have been able to buy a brand new team that would have lasted us 4 or 5 years, made small changes, bought 1 or 2 players, and we wouldn't be in the situation we are now. We went the cheap route, and now it's costing us.
Fumble, pick it up. Go.
Here's the problem, African. It's not that we don't have money to spend or we haven't spent money.
10, 5,
it's how you spend it. Just think about this for a second. I'll tell you that 1,000 times. Lacazette, Pepe, Aubameyang, frankly, Mustafi, Socrates, Xhaka. You can go down the list of. They are 30-something million, 40-something million, 50-something million players. If you add it up, it's a lot of money. It's wasted money.
Yeah, but Bertram, I'm talking about 5 years before all this. Even like before, when we had
we support Wenger as well as we could. Yes.
Is it my turn yet?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. But Tony, before you go, Redskins just sack, fumble. Chase Young, rookie of the year, picked up the ball, runs it in the end zone. Redskins 13, 49ers 7. 30 seconds to go. That'll be the end of the half.
Look how happy
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Tony, go on.
Look how happy he is.
Tony, go on. I'm loving it.
I believe that children are our future.
Thank you.
Is that you in the middle, Tony? Is that you, Tony? Is that you in the guy?
Oh,
mad.
That's good.
Mad.
You look like
yes, baby.
Coming to America.
Oh my God!
Don't sing, please don't sing. Don't sing.
Right, so Tony, go. Tony, is that your bit? Is that your bit, Tony?
No,
because I'm about to.
I've got to say, because I'm one of those parents who has a child who's 7 years old. He's an Arsenal fan, and unfortunately, I'm going through some pain. I'm going to reach out to all the parents, who have children who are struggling to keep their Arsenal supporting young children in a frame of mind to say, I should continue supporting this team. You and I are the same age.
Tony, just threaten them.
Nah, they don't work no more. You can't do
Tony,
that no more.
Tell them to have some ambition. No. I have the answer. Tell them to have some ambition and support Liverpool. Have some ambition.
Guys, I'm just giving you a warning. Guys, I'm giving you a warning. We have 1 minute left to be on air because I have a rule that I don't go up to 4 hours. Yeah, and we're at 3 hours and 58 minutes, so we got 1 minute more on air.
You're like,
Okay, my closing
you are like,
remark is
you don't know how to change.
right
You don't
now.
know how to change. You're
Okay, guys, listen.
All the young parents out there with Arsenal children, keep the faith, brothers and sisters. We can ride this one. We can ride
false
this one.
prophecy.
What's
False
that?
prophecy. False prophecy. Don't listen to
Anyway.
Tony. False prophecy.
Rest your mouth, Bertrand, for 5 minutes, yeah? Rest on the bomber clock mouth because too damn much.
To the bomber clap, man.
All right, guys, listen. We're gonna shut
what a
it down
bumper.
because we are at 3 hours, 59 minutes, and 15 seconds. And I have a golden rule: we are not ever gonna do a 4-hour show. Not over 4 hours anyway. So we're gonna shut it down. We're gonna shut it down. Thank you everybody for staying with us. It's been a really tough day, and we admire your commitment to the cause. We're here. We're trying for you guys. We're trying to be realistic. We're trying to be upbeat. We're trying to be real, and we hope that you guys can keep the faith. Don't give up on this team. We got a long way to go, man. Peace out.
I'm actually tired. I'm actually tired, so it's time to go to bed.